Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to a momentous day here at Crap Media as we are officially opening up our season one for singles tournament here at Crap Media. I am joined by the beautiful Juice Wayne, who will be my co-caster for the beginning of the festivities. How are you doing, good sir?
Can't complain. Can't complain. Doing very well. Very
We
well
are
indeed.
we're coming off a very, very heated week last week, from what I hear with you and Quang. So I imagine the fires have been stoked. There's a lot on the line. This season has been a long time coming. We've been getting things as ready as we can here to try and keep things going nice and smooth. But we're going to be getting into things pretty quickly as I move over to make sure our brackets are being finalized. The registration did close just a little while ago, so everyone should be lining up and getting their matches sorted. We have a lot of names showing up for episode one of our season. We got some very big returning faces. We got Fat Pack, we got Mott's, we've got Shaft Nizzle has made a return as well. Icy Go Burr, Crap Media favorite, has come back. Kal-El Fox, and we've got some names I'm not familiar with. We've got Kig, we've got DJ MVS, DJ Movies perhaps. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
Uh, we got JRX in there as well. Wallerman. Kid Angel's another one that is new to me, but that I'm liking the look of that spread.
Yeah, this is a I guess what you would expect from a spread going into this week. I do feel like I'm seeing more new names than not. So interesting. I don't know if this is maybe a bye week for most of our regulars. But yeah, I'm excited to see. I mean, last week we saw a Powerpuff Girls player kind of take over, take take over the tournament. So, I'm curious to see what variety, if any, is pulled out this week. Should be fun.
Not 100%. That was what sort of surprised me, sort of looking at the results that you guys got. And, a very new character, a very fresh character, all of a sudden, making waves on the scene. And I love to see it, personally. I love it when we have surprises coming out of the woodworks. So
Yeah,
I'm more than okay with it. A lot of our matches have already begun. We do still have a couple of people who need to complete their tasks and check into their matches to so that they can get going as soon as possible. But I'm very, I mean, it's the premiere episode, if you will, of the season. So this really sets the standard for the coming weeks.
yeah. This is one of those things that you gotta be excited for, right? I mean, when you have these seasons, within the game itself happening for us, also means that there are other implications that you can assume as well going into the coming weeks, or things that are to be announced at a later date. So this is for me going to become, and really for the players, most importantly, going to become even more important to make sure that everyone is trying their best to stay on the game, get place as high as you possibly can. So as a as time goes on, these things will kind of play in your favor. Can try not to be too transparent. We're gonna be a little cryptic to start, but it'll all make sense very soon.
We do not want to show our hand here, of course. I will very quickly, whilst we have the last check-ins go underway, we'll go down the list of different matches that we have lined up for you tonight. We have Zoro2K going up against JRX. We have Modzy going up against Hoofer Heart. There you go. It's very hard for me to read. This website doesn't come with a dark mode, and I'm very upset about it. We have got Icy Gober going up against Kraken. We have Croissant going up against Bear Cosmic. Wonderful name. We have Shaft Nizzle going up against Nobody. We have Gorify going up against DJ MVS. We have Callow Fox going up against Wallerman. We've got Mox going up against Aris. That is a huge match early in the game. We have a Osakaos. I'm so sorry. One of those is wrong. Going up against Virgo, we have Mohawk going up against Pig. We've got Christopher's going up against. I need a very quick Vakoda. There we go. We've got Flacoco and Kid Angel going up against each other. We've got Soy Tony going up against It's Co 13 or It's C 013. One of those two. Again, I'm terribly sorry. We've got Uzi going up against Spurtsy. And we've got Malignant Auto going up against Dylan or Dillian or Dillian. One of those. Feel free to correct me in the Twitch chat, the live Twitch chat, if I have said your name wrong.
Would love to know some of the pronunciations for these names, just so we're just not making you sound silly out there. You're probably asking when some of your friends to come by and check you out in the tournament, and we're just butchering your name in the process. So, I mean, you could make it easier for us to pronounce the name, but it's okay too. It's okay too. Just let us know. Hey, this is how you say it. Give us that pronunciation. We surely will appreciate it. I mean, for this first round, I mean, surely the match that stands out, which you made very clear earlier, Mots and Airs. Holy crap! This should be an interesting one. I mean, surely it shouldn't be happening, at least not in round one. But here we are. So we're gonna have to see how that one plays out, and then go from there. Some of these matches are already making progress, though, which is good to see. They're getting on it already, starting off. We got a couple matches already set to 1-0 currently, so not wasting any time in the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely on the money there. We've got Mod Z a point up against Hooperheart. We've got It's C going up 1 point on Soy Tony. And we've got Virgo 1 point on Chaos. And currently we are going to be going into Christopher's versus Vakoda. A very standard perk spread we're seeing. Not really any specialization. A Tom and Jerry going up against the captain. The captain of Team Toons. I'll be very curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, this one will be interesting to see. Getting started here, we have two characters who definitely have the ability to be very annoying if they use their utility property. So this can be one of those styles makes fights type of situation here. As of right now, Christopher's getting harassed a little bit here, on the edge, trying his best to stay inside, using that Sarah to kind of get some more space, reset, get back on. Misses the dunk here, trying to avoid Jerry, because anytime you get hit by Jerry, it can be very annoying for you. But catching a couple tennis balls here, though, trying to keep some space here, is a decent lead coming out from Tom and Jerry to get started.
And a very, very nice elimination there from Vakoda. Tom and Jerry taking the first point on the board here. 39 heat taken from them. So they are in a very strong position right now. Obviously, both of these characters are very good at littering the field. And I think we're seeing a lot of that currently with the use of the basketballs, as well as just the absolute myriad of moves that Tom and Jerry can pull out of their kit to make it a very claustrophobic stage currently, as we have Vakoda now at 105, Christopher's at 29, looking for that elimination, needs to get it very, very quickly if they want to make the most out of their fresh spawn. Try to even up these stocks a little bit, but no, it does look like Tom and Jerry is going to get back on the field. Vakoda now with a vertical juggle, staying alive, staying very strong.
Indeed, indeed. A little bit of defense coming out here on side of Christopher's, trying to make sure that those projectiles aren't too strong. Doesn't harass it as much, but still, you catching it, a little bit of cast iron to the face. You gotta be careful with that, but it doesn't matter. Christopher's able to get first stock here at 127% nonetheless. So this is still in favors of Vakota. Gonna need to, maybe catch another up air. Maybe, yeah, there we go. It's a good use of the dynamite to actually get the second stock here. Not something that you typically see from a Tom and Jerry player to actually get a stock off the dynamite, but it was great use. And Christopher's was hurt just enough, so able to pull that off just fine. Going into this final stock, Dakota is having a pretty comfortable lead. You just need to play your game, play smart. You don't need to do anything too risky, and hope that in this case you're able to just kind of continue to chip away until you can get that final stock and take game one.
Does look like Christopher's sort of lurking on the edge of that stage there, trying to perhaps analyze the situation, come up with a better game plan to go in, desperately trying to avoid losing that stock. But we do see Dakota again harassing with those projectiles, creating that pressure, slowly closing in the space. Does look like Christopher was able to stay on stage, does not secure the ledge guard, however, does allow Dakota to get back onto center, and we could be looking at a potential vertical elimination here. 2 stocks to 1, still Dakota very much in the lead.
Yeah, and now I mean at this point, if you're on the side of Christopher's, you kind of need to figure out the best way to just eliminate Jerry in this case. I mean, the projectiles flying towards the bin pretty annoying. Like I say, they're able to really dodge past it and get a combo started, but can't really push through and continue. Okay, getting a nice little combo here. But I mean, even if you are able to get anything major off, it doesn't matter because the rocket comes through and gives you a nice little kiss to the face. Yeah, I mean, this is it's one of those scenarios where Vakota was just able to use his utility better than Christopher's. Unfortunately, that's like the benefit of playing LeBron is when you have multiple basketballs that are bouncing on the stage at once, you're just a zoning maniac, and it's so difficult to kind of play within those boundaries. But on the side of Dakota, also projectile base as well, no problem. I can be just as annoying as you can be, and take this win. So um, it's a good match. It's a good matchup.
No, very strong opening from Vakota there. Sets a precedent for the rest of the night. So absolutely power goes to them for a very strong performance. To give you guys a little bit of an update on the rest of the field, also get the next round of fights set up and ready to go. Uh, it looks as though JRX has been moved forward to round 2 to face Fat Pack. Mod Z was able to beat Hoof Heart in a 2-0 bout, and now goes up against Icy Gobert, who was able to beat Kraken in a 2-0 matchup. Croissant has been able to move on to round 2 as well. Shaft, Nizzle, and Nobody are going up against one another, 1 apiece on that one, so it's anyone's game in round 1. Gorify is going to be going up against Kal-El Fox, who got a 2-0 victory against Wallerman. Virgo was able to get 2 points up on Chaos, and they're going to be moving on to round 2 as well. Very well done to you. And It's C was able to get 2 points lead on Soy Tony, and moving on to round 2. Mohawk a point up on Kig. That match is still underway. Coco is a point down. Kid Angel was able to take a point from them as they go into their second matchup. Elsewhere across the board, still no points scored.
Yeah, we unfortunately got our first DQ in round one. Um, Gorify able to move on and now taking on Khalil Fox as a result. It's always unfortunate, not having the opportunity to kind of show out at least, especially in the first round. Depending on who you are going against as well, you really want to do your best to kind of put your best foot forward. and compete. So I get it. People have lives. People, there are things going on that we don't always have control over, but that is the name of the game. And at the end of the day, it's those DQs are put into the system for a reason. So gamers, please do your best to be ready for the matchup. As ready as you possibly can be.
And it looks like the next match that we're going to be trying to line up for you guys tonight is Gorify versus Kal-El. Two returning names, two very regular names here at Cracked Media. During the off-season, they've both done very well to pick up some very good matches, very good wins against many of the world's best MultiVersus players. Again, it's another very strong match going into round two.
Mm,
Very excited to see the outcome of this one.
indeed, indeed. Yeah, Glorify had a Glorify had a decent run last week. So I would be curious to see how how Khalil Fox is able to hold up. I can't say that I've seen Khalil Fox in a while, but um, yeah, I am excited to see how this whole matchup works out here. It does look like we have both players in the lobby, so we're getting ready to get this started. Gorfy on Morty and Khalil Fox on Shaggy. Kind of makes you wonder how this matchup is going to work. I mean, you already know that Morty's going to want to kind of get some space to set up grenades, the dirt, and of course, as a Shaggy player, you're going to want to be able to get inside and play as aggressive as you possibly can as well. So, again, styles make fights. This we're going to have to see how this whole thing turns out.
Going into Trophy's Edge for the first matchup in this bout. Remember, this is a best of 3 in these early stages. Later on, we will be moving on to best of 5 once we have our top 6 competitors. But for now, we're keeping things nice and fast paced. I will be very curious to see how Gorify does answer to Kal-El. Obviously, Kal-El uh, often known for their Iron Giant plays, switching up to a Shaggy as we see those floating platforms already set up and ready to go. Opening up very slow, creating a little bit of space, playing a little defensively, trying to get a read on one another, it looks like. Morty trying to use the projectiles to sort of set up a little bit of a immediate defensive area, but Shaggy looking to find that opening, not really able to land a hit yet. Both of them dodging around each other very cautiously. Very interesting positioning here. Morty does finally start landing a couple of blows. Shaggy trying to use the super kit to get back on stage, but it does look like Gorify is going to maintain control for the most part. Shaggy, Kal-El Fox able to get back on stage and start finally building some of that much needed momentum, bringing Morty up to what looks to be 86 to 51 as 6 minutes on the clock.
It was very interesting to see that Gorify was taking the aggression to start this match, just deciding, hey, I know you probably expect me to play scary, but that's not going to happen this week. So it's it is something that we did see from Gorify last week as well. So I can't say I'm too surprised. Kind of swapping the play styles here, and it's something you could appreciate as well. I mean, playing against what we expect here. Also using that, like juggling that grenade, the way that he did was also, it's also like extremely difficult to do, but pulling it off very well. Fairly even here, and Gorfy able to get the first stock with the dare to start this game off. Very nice, very quick as well. You can tell Khalil Fox definitely wasn't ready for the aggression coming out of Gorfy, and in some situations, especially when you're going against a Morty, maybe you're not expecting that. So Gorfy doing their part to kind of stay unpredictable and stay strong in this fight as well.
A very common technique amongst Shaggy players is to use the supercharge, as Kal-El does even up the stock count. A very common technique is to use the supercharge from the edge of the map to try and create a little bit of space for yourself. but it looks like Gorify, for the most part, has answers for these very common Shaggy techs. We're going to need to see something a little bit more robust and out of the box to topple a mainstay like Gorify is, playing around that floating platform very effectively, both slowly chipping away at one another. A rather even matchup, but still the momentum is on Morty's side. 93 now to 53 as Morty potentially looks for the elimination, setting up on the edge. Again, using that supercharge, but again, there was the read, and Gorify is 2-1.
Yeah, no, this is this is exciting to see, man. Both players at this point are just playing equally as aggressive. Oh my god, the read from Gorify to grenade is okay. All right, now Gorify's playing on a different level. I mean that actual read with the grenade and then going back to the opposite direction was insane. And using the up airs here, really, I feel like Gorify is officially in the Matrix right now. Just like some of these these plays that I'm seeing, absolutely insane. Trying to use the Plumbus but can't quite get it there. That Nair comes in from Khalil Fox, catching a turkey on Rye. Don't eat another turkey on Rye. Oh, that small hitbox there from Gorify saves him in that situation there. Nice Sarah to get back on stage. Super kick misses but catches the up air from Gorify. And Gorify is able to secure the first round in the series. Well done. Well done.
Very well executed there from Gorify. Those upward explosions that Morty has are, they've got very, very large hitboxes, so it can be very difficult to avoid them. And on this occasion, Kal-El just got read time and time again. Gorify, knowing how to counter a Shaggy player, we're going to be running it back straight to Sky Arena. Both of these guys desperately trying to gain those points in the season to get their way to the Invitational that we will be hosting at the end of Season 1 for a top 3 prize pool. I'm interested to see how Kal-El's going to adapt to this. Obviously, we're not going to have the floating platforms anymore. I'd say they both sort of equally benefit from that addition to the map. So both, sort of not incredibly vertical characters, in terms of their mobility, both having very good upward punishes, but they're not going to have that cushioning now as we go into Sky Arena. We'll see how that affects it, but we are going in round 2 of the series, Morty versus Shaggy, Sky Arena. Morty immediately opens up with the aggression once again. It gets that upward damage that we've been expecting. Although Kal-El does have an answer for it, gets a very nice aerial combo there. Gorify is able to maintain edge control, and it looks like they are going to have the momentum going into this first bout.
It's always nice when you have a character like Shaggy or Wonder Woman, the Powerpuff Girls, who you can use your Nair to kind of really be disruptive versus your opponent. If your opponent is trying to escape a certain attack, you can try to read it, use your Nair to kind of interrupt that. If they're hitting you with certain combos and you know that they want to follow up, you can use your Nair to kind of do your best to interrupt them, and we're seeing Khalil Fox use it to the best of his ability, but it didn't matter because those serpents came by and said hello, sent him off the map, gave the first stock to Gorify here, and Khalil Fox is able to return the favor. So now we're sitting at an even split, 0-0. Super kick comes in, misses. Gorify trying to use that grenade to his advantage, but can't quite just yet. Dodge attack into the Sair. Dare trying to keep Khalil Fox on the edge if possible. Plumbus can't quite do it. Nope. And again, the Nair comes in from Khalil Fox. So good at interrupting your combos here. I mean, both players trying to play on this edge to see who can get the advantage. Not really going in anyone's favor quite yet. Nair coming in to interrupt the dirt. But still, nothing too major. Both players are kind of just chipping away, trying to do their best to get as much damage as they possibly can. And as they get closer, I mean, it's been so close that they were both at 53% just now. I mean, that's exactly where we are at this moment. 66 to 73. Again, both players chipping away. Nice up airs from Glorify. Using Spaceship to follow up and able to get the second stock. Well done on the side of Glorify here. Now, now the only question you have to ask is, does Clofox still have the ability to stay in this game and come back?
The other thing we got to keep in mind, obviously, with Morty's kit, we do get that sort of slight afterburn from some of his attacks, and that can chip away at Kal-El. He's able to get the downward spike to get the elimination, even up the stock count, but 61 to a fresh spawn with 4 minutes 20 seconds on the clock. It is looking quite dangerous here for Kal-El, able to dodge out of what would have been a killing blow. Set up now on the edge of the map, using that spaceship to follow up is Glorify once again, trying to make sure that there is nothing but pressure, not allowing the supercharged reset that Shaggy has, and another upward spike is going to finish that matchup, finish that series. Glorify's going through 2-0 to round 3, going straight on to our quarterfinals brackets.
Yeah, there at first I was a little bit concerned in that matchup because Glorify made a risky play off the side and was punished and lost that second stock as a result. In my mind, I'm thinking you just play your game, play safe, and you're gonna be good. And then goes down to loses that second stock. Granted, had a 66% lead, so probably was he probably thought I'll be all right, and in the end it worked out right using that neutral attack into the up air combo to kind of conceal the game, take the series. Very well done. I mean, we can definitely tell Glorify's been in the lab doing doing their thing. Love to see Mortys who can also juggle the grenade as well. Just coming down stages. That is something that you really have to practice to get good at. So love to see it. Keep that up. Keep that up, indeed, sir.
Absolutely. Elsewhere on the bracket, we have Eris, who was able to beat Dylan in a 2-0 bout, is going up against Uzi right now. Kid Angel was able to get 2 points up on its C and is moving on to the quarterfinals. Very well done to you. We have got Vokoda, who is a point up against Mohawk in their second round bout. Currently, Modzy is a point up on Icy Burr, and it looks like Fat Pack was able to beat JRX or Junior X in a 2-1 matchup, securing their place in the quarterfinals. Modzy, Icy Bird, this just in, got a point up against Modzy. Very well done. So that match is still alive and well. Either could be going through. And Mott's has gotten a point up on Virgo as well. Vokoda has gotten a point up on Mohawk, and I believe Uzi has gotten a point up on Eris. I'm pretty sure at least one of those was a repeat, but we got all the information out. It can be very hard to keep track of this stuff when it's all changing constantly.
Yeah, and I mean there are times where you see the score as it is, but don't realize that you need to refresh the page because the scores have been updated. It's like I could you could be 2 rounds behind, thinking that matches are still going on, where they are. So it is what it is. We're doing our best to just kind of see the scores live, give you guys the updates so you're aware of what's going down. Um, nice to see. Personally, I just have to say, nice to see Fat Pack back in the bracket. I personally really enjoy watching Fat Pack play early on in these tournaments. Made some very impressive comebacks against very well-known players in the community. So, on Shaggy, of course, and I'm pretty sure Fat Pack is still playing Shaggy. So far this week. So definitely nice to see Fat Pack back in the tourney as well. We did receive a question about Powerpuff Girls to see if they were banned. They are not. Powerpuff Girls won the tournament last week, so you are more than welcome to pull out Z or the Rowdy Roof Boys. No hating. Whatever it is you choose to select in this case, you want to go Rowdy Roof Boys, you want to go Powerpuff Girls. No hating. They both do the same thing. One group just has a little bit more bass in their voice. So we are all good with how you choose to play that particular character.
I will be very curious to see if we have another Powerpuff Girls, because of course the week where they do start making a lot of progress up the ladder is the week that I'm not here and I don't get to watch for myself. Sounds about right. So I'd also like to see some of the new character. I'd enjoy watching that.
Yeah, it was Eris. Eris, who did play Powerpuff Girls in round one, caught a nice 2-0. So the thing that Eris does in Powerpuff Girls is, number one, when it comes to the perks, using that air dash perk. So as you kind of get players into the like your nice air combo, they have a pretty good air combo, kind of finishing that combo with the air dash, and like an up air special as well is basically how air is kind of just deleted people. It's kind of like we're used to seeing. Why can't I remember his name? He plays Finn, and he's always just like finishing matches so quickly because he just has like the perfect combos to get you off stage, so so quick. Why am I not remembering his name? Please help me, CJ.
It's not
Thank you, Flacoco. Jeez, I don't know why my brain just shut down. Flacoco, how Flacoco is able to use Finn to just combo people so fast and get them off stage. Ares was basically playing Powerpuff Girls the same way. Just like matches were over so fast. Some of those combos you just really couldn't do anything against, or you just didn't see it coming. The Powerpuff Girls, they have some moves that are pretty hard to read. So curious to see how the bracket turns out this week as well.
be very, very interesting. We're just getting our next matchup lined up for you guys. It's very, very close for a lot of these round two matches. It's very much people taking it by the skin of their teeth. But as soon as we have a quarterfinals matchup, we will pull you guys right on into it. Uh, we've still got Vokoda and Mohawk going at it. We've still got Eris and Uzi going at it as well. Eris does pull away just about at the end of that. This just in a 2-1 victory with the Powerpuff Girls. So Eris will be going up against Kid Angels uh, in their quarterfinals match. It'll be a really interesting one. I'm not sure if Kid Angels was there last week, but it's not a name that I recognize.
Yeah, I can't say that I've seen Kid Angel before, unless they're smurfing is someone that we know. Um, Nonetheless, I want to say that Aries did see Aries go against a Harley player last week, and it didn't go so well for the Harley player. I believe. I can't remember for sure. Definitely a match that we're gonna want to catch. And in fact, as I say that, confirmation that this is the match that we are going to see coming up: Eris versus Kid Angel. Now we're just waiting for both players to finish their tasks. So we know, as of right now, it is confirmed Kid Angel is going to be on Harley, and we already know Eris will be on the Powerpuff Girl. So now we're just waiting to figure out the map that they're going to select, and then we
We
can get
have
this shindig started.
Absolutely. We have two other quarterfinals matchups underway as well, just as people complete their tasks. We're going to have Fat Pat going up against Icy Go Burr, who is, a very long-standing member of the crap media community. So very good luck to you. And we got Chris Horn going up against Gorify as well. And it looks like we're going to be having Vokoda go up against Mott. So all of our quarterfinalists for this upper bracket have been decided. It's a pretty stacked lineup of quarterfinalists. Honestly, that could go either way for a lot of those matches. I'll be very excited to see the outcome of that as we get these details finalized for you now.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun to see. I mean, you got Fat Pack, Icicle Burr, Gorify, Mods, Eris. Definitely names that are at this point basically staples in for our tournament series. I mean, once we get to this point, the winners quarter, semis, we already know these matches are going to turn up. I mean, they're going to be spicy. Uh, they're not boring by any means, right? If you're watching this tournament to cheer on your favorite player, or if you're coming here to take some notes and see how some of the best of the best compete, this is the moment where you want to lock in. This is the moment where you want to sit down, really pay attention and get ready. I mean, I naturally see these matches and think to myself, man, I need to open up MultiVersus and get in the lab. Like these guys are really putting it down right now. So I can kind of see how some moves are done and figure out if I can do those things. I mean, that's pretty much how I learned the mod special, was just from casting these tournaments and seeing how how mods did things. So it's a really good way to stay up to date, stay educated, because obviously these guys, they're the ones who are really putting in the work off hours.
Absolutely. I believe we're just waiting for. There it is. Our last hero has locked themselves in. It looks like we're going to be having Powerpuff Girls against Harley. I'm going into this with very little knowledge on the Powerpuff Girls. So, Juice, tell us, how do you think these two match up against one another?
Mm. I mean, both combo gods, right? I naturally feel that Powerpuff Girls has a fair advantage in this, but I mean, when I'm thinking about Powerpuff Girls Nair versus Harley Sair, I who can be more disruptive to the other player? I think Powerpuff Girls has the ability to be more disruptive to pretty much to every player in the game. Um, But as a Harley main, I know we say no biases and all that stuff, but it just hurts my soul to see someone losing on a Harley player, especially when they're using my favorite skin as well. Oh, this is tough, man. I'm supposed to be fair and honest, but truthfully, I do see the advantage in favor of Powerpuff Girls in this case, and Eris is just a demon on Powerpuff Girls, which if you haven't seen him play Powerpuff Girls, you're gonna see in just a few seconds here. So, and as I say that too, Eris decided to go with Variety with Boys. So, gotta get that right. I forget the names of the Variety with Boys too. I need to learn those things.
I
To,
I can't remember last time I saw the show, so I wouldn't be able to help you there.
yeah, I was in middle school.
It's been a very, very long time, but we are going to Sky Arena for this first matchup, and a very strong opening. It looks like from Kid Angel initially. Eris now trying to climb back a little bit, which they do. Obviously, the small downside of Powerpuff Girls is there is a lot of hitbox there for Kid Angel to just wail into as much as they can. However, Eris able to keep the momentum on their side. It gets a very, very nice spike there, getting the first elimination down, keeping up that pressure, not letting Kid Angels get any breathing room whatsoever, and already they're dancing around the edges of the map again, and Eris with the second elimination, not even a minute into this match.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Just finishing off that combo with the air dash on the side of the map is just it's so strong, man. And it's a part of the perk. It's part of the perk that you select. I mean, I see no reason to select any other perk. I mean, if you're telling me I can do my air dash, I can do a dash tag in the air at any point in the air. Yeah, put two of those, please. So totally not surprised to see that play out here. In the meantime, though, there was one stock on the side of Harley here, so Kid Angel definitely not giving up quite yet. Both ways, Eris coming back on stage, trying to actually at this point trying to get back on stage again, using the side special to get back on stage, close that space, caught a bat bomb. Ooh, was able to dodge the explosion. That's not something that you see too often, but great timing on the side of Eris. Dodges the mallet, but getting Ash right here. Kid Angel is definitely coming back here, managing to actually really pull back into this fight here. 2-2, but we're sitting at 84% on the side of Kid Angel. So, I mean, you're going to have to play some perfect multiverses at this point if you want to be able to get back into this match and take the first.
It is going to be a very close call. Kid Angel is performing really well, but a very quick blow there from Eris is going to solidify the first point for them in this quarterfinal series. It's a very unfortunate thing to see, but I mean, Kid Angels did amazing to pull back those two stocks the way they did. A very, very good performance going into round 2 of this series. I have complete faith that they'll be able to pull this back.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, able to make some solid adjustments towards the end of the first match. So you have to believe that going into this match that that we're going to see something that's a little bit more balanced. Um, I mean, Air's using those air combos, the dash attack flawlessly. I mean, you essentially what you want to do is just make sure that you stay on the middle of the platform against Powerpuff Girls. Don't find yourself off edge in the air trying to do anything cute or special. Get your tail back on the platform and play safe. Right, force that fight on the ground is the best chance that you have. And in this situation, game 2, using the Jack in the Box to start off, but catches a nice combo in the air. Kid Angel on the edge, trying to get back on stage, does with the Sair, uses that good old Louisville Slugger with a dash attack, almost gets the first stock with the good old, almost completing the mod special, which would have been really nice to see. Using the dare, misses, and catches a mirror. Both players sitting on the edge. Oh, very nice use of the dare. Most Harley players are not using the perk that allows them to aim the down attack. So in this case, it actually didn't work out, but it doesn't matter because you just catch another spike back right there from Ares, who, I mean, I don't know, maybe they just weren't expecting Ares to use that aggression there in that case, but they did, and now the match is tied up.
Eris now looking to solidify their lead with a second elimination. Kid Angels was able to stay alive on that one. Very impressive survival tactics from the Harley player here. Does land the bat bomb, and Eris unable to dodge out of it. Does take the full brunt of the explosion, and we're going to start to see the build up of that afterburn as well. Another bat bomb coming into play. This time Eris was able to avoid it, but that massive hammer that Harley is known for does a very nice amount of damage. Quite an even situation right now, but Eris not phased whatsoever, gets another elimination, going to take that 2-1 stock lead, and could be looking for a potential third as well. Once again, Kid Angel survivability on display, but there is I believe that was the air dash perk that we saw in full effect, able to secure a very low heat level elimination, and Eris, with a commanding 2-0 win, is going to be going through to our semi-finals.
I just feel like Eris was like the flying Graysons in that situation, just keep you in the air. We'll catch you this side, boom, we'll catch you over here, boom. Where are you going next? I'm still gonna catch you. You're still in the air. It's man, the ability to read that way and try to just continuously follow up with attack after attack after attack. And some of those things, I mean, even I don't see coming. I'm trying to figure out how Ares is going to keep Kid Angel off stage. I'm like, I might go with this play, go with something completely different. And I'm like, oh, well, I didn't see that coming. So I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, yeah, so, and there are some attacks where unfortunately you will try to dodge, and you feel like you have got a perfect dodge, but it doesn't matter. You still might get hit in the process, and so um, shout out to Eris for pulling that off. Um, Kid Angel will be moving down into the losers bracket, but of course, it's not quite over. Still one more opportunity to show out here in this tournament.
No, absolutely right there. It's not over until that second bracket elimination. So very good luck to Kid Angel. We hope to be seeing you later on. Whilst we get the rest of our quarterfinals matchups cleaned up for you, ladies and gentlemen, Fat Pack does take a 2-0 victory against IC Go Burr, so they will be moving to the other side of the semi-finals. Eris being on the south side, Fat Pack being on the north side. We're still glorifying Chris Horn going on it, and we've got uh, Vakoda going up against Mott's as well. Those matches are still underway. So whilst we wait for these final matchups to clean up, make sure you take the chance to go and check out crapmedia.com, where you'll be able to find all of our wonderful creators, our writers. You'll be able to find these streams, as well as all of the information you need to join the Discord, get yourselves involved in these tournaments. It is our landing pad. It is our hub of info. If you want anything more Crap Media, if you want to know what's going to be going on in the later parts of the season, that is where you got to go. And don't forget as well, all of these streamed games will be finding their way over to YouTube across the course of the weekend. So you'll be able to go back and see all your favorite moments, all your highlights, uh, to study up and get yourselves ready for later on in the season. Perhaps you want to give it a go for yourself. You could do so by joining the Discord and joining the sign up for next week's tournament, episode 2 of season 1, which will be going live Friday as well. You'll be able to catch that, and it will be me and Quang covering that episode, and everything else, Crap Media, you'll be able to find the Discord as well.
Yeah, that was really good. That was really good. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm. 24.
When
The
do
answer isn't 24. You're asking the wrong question.
24? That answer could have almost worked, but not quite. So, you know, at what point do we get the great CJ in a cracked media multiversus tournament?
I
I
feel
played in tournament number 2. Coin was in tournament like number 11 or something like that. I don't know. Do we get to see the great CJ do
I
his thug dizzle?
I've made it very clear. I do not need that kind of public humiliation. Like that's not my kind of thing. I'm not into it. If you are, I'm not judging. You do you, boo. But I am more than aware that my skill is not in playing multiverses. My skill is certainly not in going up against some of the celebrities that we have showing up every week. I don't need that proven to me. I'll just, I'm just gonna stay over here with my slime rancher. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough. And knowing the brackets for start GG, you probably end up first round against Anthos.
I could tell you right now, I would have round 1 going up against Kal-El Fox. He would decide he's going back to his Iron Giant, and I'm throwing the game out right there. Like I'm done.
Yeah, no, it is. It can be tough indeed. I've actually run into Khalil Fox on the ranked ladder in multiverses before, and it went just about how you would expect it to go. You know, it
Hmm.
yeah, yeah. I definitely had a moment where I was just like, yeah, I could just put the controller down at this point. I don't know if I need to continue to hold this controller. It's not doing any use for me. So totally get it. Some of these players are very strong indeed. And that's just the way it is. These guys are putting in that work here. So speaking
Yeah,
of putting in
yeah.
that work,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, yeah. We've got one of our semi-final matches decided for us. It's gonna be Mott's versus Eris. Going into semi-finals number 2. The first matchup is still being decided. That is currently 1 apiece. Scorify versus Chris Horn. Two very, very good players. In the lower bracket, to give you guys a little bit of an update on that, we've got Uzi currently going up against ITC in round 3. We've got Mohawk and Shafnizzle in round 2. That is still going on from the looks of it, 1 point apiece. Virgo versus Wollerman is 1 point apiece from the looks of it as well. Still in round 2 here. Kal Fox was able to beat Chaos with a 2-0 victory using the Iron Giant. So that is going to be Kal-El going on to round number 3. We've got Flacoco has gotten a point up on Mod Z. So that is very, very well done on their side of things. Uh, and I do believe, yep, this just in, Flacoco has beaten Mod Z 2-0 flat. So they'll be going on to round 3 as well. And we currently have Spurdy's going up against Dillian. And I believe that's currently 1-0, although that one is taking a while, so we may want to check in with them.
Yeah, these brackets are starting to fill out now. Usually the losers bracket moves through pretty fast. Most players kind of get in, check in, get it going, not really wasting any time here. So you can expect that by the time we get through with the winners final, we're gonna be ready to already get into losers round 5 or maybe even the quarterfinal. So yeah, I'm excited to kind of keep a close eye and see this progress, see how things work out, see if there are any upsets, especially. You can never sleep on the possibility of something like that happening. Uh, but yeah, it looks like both winter semis are ready to get started here, so that should be fun. Question is, do we get Fat Pack versus Krishan, or do we get Mott's versus Eris?
That match will be
Hmm.
decided momentarily. It is worth noting now that we are in the semi-finals, we are technically within uh, some of the top 6 players that we'll be seeing tonight. So, for the remainder of our upper bracket matches, it will be best of 5 matches. We're going to need 3 points in order to move on to the next round. And that can make all the difference. If you've seen our previous tournaments, you will know that those extra couple of rounds can cause that little bit of fatigue. It can make the difference in play. It does allow for more of a catch up, more of a sort of return rally, if you will. So it's absolutely still everything to play for here for these people, as they are looking to try and earn those very early day points to get to the end of season 32 invitational for a chance at our prize pool that we will be holding at the end of season 1.
That'll be fun to see. That will be so fun to see who is able to win the big boy prize. You know,
Mhm.
I mean, these players come together. I mean, what we're seeing right now in Winter Semi, this is no joke. I mean, these are 4 players who um, go hard on the regular. That three of the four that we've actually seen win tournaments, win some of these. So um, I'm pretty excited about this. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Arius at one point played Harley. I believe. And if that's the case, then we've seen Eris go through a few different characters. But moving on here, we're about to see Powerpuff Girls versus Shaggy. This is an interesting matchup indeed. I mean, we always say that Shaggy has to get inside. Shaggy has to be the aggressor in order to make anything happen. And any characters that are good at keeping you away, can have the advantage themselves. But as I say that though, little switch up. Now we're gonna see a mirror match, Shaggy versus Shaggy.
Shaggy versus Shaggy can be very difficult to keep track of, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you are fully aware of what you're going to be looking at, we're going to have Fat Pack on the right in red. We are going to have Chris Horn in blue. We will do our best to help you keep track of that as well as help each other. keep track of that, I imagine. And it looks like very or an identical perk spread, so it's gonna be pure skill going into this one.
Yeah, this will be an interesting matchup. Indeed. I mean, anytime you see Shaggy versus Shaggy, you pretty much know what to expect. You know, jab, jab, up, jab, get you in the air, juggle you a little bit, get you off stage, and then throw an uppercut when the time is right. So, as we get started here, Fat Pack having the majority of the advantage already at a 62% lead, not wasting any time. You want to see here both players trying to space themselves out. Nice combo coming in from Krishan. But it doesn't matter though. Fat Pack uses the turkey on Rye. Get the first stock. Wasted no time. 30 seconds. And this is exactly what you expect when you've seen a Shaggy mirror match as well.
A very good example there, a very good showing of a powerful Shaggy edge cut, and now Fat Pack keeping that momentum up, already dealt 47 damage up to 58, now 79 on the fresh spawned Krishan. That is a very dangerous position for them to be in, looking for that uppercut elimination, but Fat Pack has the momentum to get out of the way, does not avoid the second uppercut though, and Krishan is able to use the time to supercharge, doesn't get much out of the ground shockwave on this occasion, and Fat Pack immediately answers back with a very ironclad knee, gets a second point on the field, and we could be looking at trying to get the endgame. Does not land the shockwave attack, unfortunately, and Krishan is going to stay alive. Doesn't quite land the execution play, but Fat Pack at 108 now could be a very dangerous position for them.
Indeed. It doesn't matter though, because Fat Pack is dodge reading and finding ways to stay in the fight. And as I say that, he falls off, which is, I mean, at this rate, you know, up 80 to 0. Fat Pack, I'm sure, is aware that they have a pretty decent lead. They just need to get a decent combo to take the first match in this series. You know, this went pretty much how I expected it, right? One Shaggy is going to be more aggressive than the other, find more entrances than the other, and as a result, land more combos than the other, thus winning the match for them. Now, so Fat Pack was able to take the first match, so we're going to be moving on to game 2. I wonder if, you know, Krishan's going to be able to make any sort of adjustments here on the side of aggression, any techniques to kind of stay in this particular match. But for right now, both players just kind of jabbing at each other, trying to get as much damage as they can before they start landing some bigger combos. Dare coming in from Krishan, trying to follow up with another dare and a nair, but misses. Fat Pack wanting to respond, but can't quite get anything connected. Dodge. Both players just dodging, trying to land that jab. Shaggy does have somewhat shorter hands, so getting inside for the jab can be tough at times. But in a Shaggy mirror match, it's kind of just, you know, it becomes a much easier to get that started here. Now, in this particular match, Fat Pack is actually starting by losing a stock here, catching an uppercut from Krishan, who decides then, let's just rip the shirt off at this point. Not playing games. Krishan wants to win game 2. So I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at all. It seems to me that Krishan's made the proper adjustments to get back into this game for, you know, for game 2 there, CJ. And as I say that, he's gone. So, you know what, CJ, I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I spoke too soon.
But Krishan has absolutely opened up their new spawn with a very aggressive style here. Whiffs on the uppercut though, unable to get the read on Fat Pack. These two playing around one another. Fat Pack in a very dangerous position though. Has a heat level of 106. Krishan at 60. Fat Pack in the kill range for the uppercut. There it is. And now Krishan is a point up 2-1 on the stock count. 5 minutes, 10 seconds left. The super kick doesn't land here. And it looks like, yep, we're seeing that. Use up the supercharge and able to read the uppercut, get around it, and follows up with an uppercut of their own. That was a masterful bait from Chris Horn there, evening up the series count to 1 apiece.
That was pretty fire. That was pretty fire. Like okay. I'm not sure if it was intentional, but it worked out really well. And now, just like that, the series is tied up. So now you have to now we're going back on the side of Fatpack to see. I mean, I'm not gonna really say that adjustments need to be made, right? I mean, we lost game 2 on just a really good technical move, but maybe we don't play aggressively off stage like that next time. I mean, I don't know. Going into this match though, game 3, both players chipping away at each other very well, pretty even at the moment. Got an uppercut coming from Fatpack, able to get the first stock here, and now he's in Super Saiyan mode. So you're gonna want to look out for that super kick. You don't want to get caught by any sort of move that's gonna chip away. But the Super Saiyan does fall off, so not able to get any use out of that. Both ways, Fatpack trying to just juggle and keep some sort of advantage here, but catches a Sair. Going back into the fight now. Jab against the uppercut. Can't quite connect. Both players trying to just preemptively dodge any attack that they're expecting the other person to do. Maybe catch a sweet parry if you can. But in the process, Fatpack is able to get a second stock, and Krishan follows up with the first stock as well. So, I mean, at this rate, Fatpack's got a pretty solid lead. Continue to play your game. Don't do anything too risky. You should be able to get this win.
You can physically see the mind games between these two veteran Shaggy players going up against one another. Fatpack trying to secure that edge, but he does allow for Croissant to get back on stage. Could have been a deadly elimination there. Doesn't quite land it. We're seeing these two perform the same moves, basically countering one another constantly. There is the uppercut though, and Fatpack is going to score the second point in this best of 5 series, taking advantage going in to round 4, going back to Trophy's Edge as well. This has been a back and forth match like no other.
Indeed. I do love to see, like you mentioned before, like the mind games for both players, right? They're both Shaggy players and they're both thinking the same thing at the same time. You know, we saw them both do a neutral dodge at the same exact time, trying to figure out, or assuming that either player was going to try to maybe dodge attack in. And it's just funny to see how those things work out, right? And sometimes they find themselves dancing left and right, you know, going for a Sair at the same time, or maybe even an uppercut. And you know, both attacks whiff. You just kind of you can't help but respect the fact that both players are using Shaggy at such a high level here. So now, getting into game 4, both players doing their part to just continue to chip away at each other. Nair into Sair, into Dare, into Nair, into Sair again, Dare again, jab attack, uppercut. You know, it's everything that you're expecting. Super kick misses, followed up with the Sair. Fatpack currently guarding the edge, trying to keep open, not able to keep Krishan off. Catches an uppercut, misses the dodge read. Nice Dare into the Sair. Krishan able to get the first stop. Very nice follow-up here. Was not expecting that to play out the way that it did, but indeed, very well done on the side of Krishan. We see you. I really hope I'm saying that name properly as well. I've been saying Krishan, just assuming that that's it. So please correct us if we got wrong.
Fatpack was able to get a very nice evening of the stocks there with a beautiful kick. And now trying to follow up with that momentum. 50-47. Again, a very even matchup in this semi-finals bout. These two going at one another, you know, blow for blow. It is a constant, a slugger match, if you will. Something Juice likes to bring up every now and again. There is the uppercut juggle. Doesn't quite get the finish that we're looking for, however. Krishan is able to stay alive again. 96-92. These two are always within 10% of one another. Another deadly uppercut, this time from Croissant, and again from Fatback, and this time it's going to be an elimination. 2 stocks to 1. Fatback able to get the supercharge, but it doesn't matter. Now Croissant is able to get the elimination, gets the supercharge of their own, does hit the downward shockwave, and the momentum is immediately switched onto Croissant's side.
Now, at this point, we're either going to game 5 or we're moving on to the next matchup here. So both players are very well aware that it's time to clutch a kick. In 2-2, game 4, who's going to be able to step it up here? Croissant has a fairly decent lead against Fatpack, but Fatpack is not scared, still playing aggressive, trying to match it aggressive, and Fatpack is able to use the uppercut to get Croissant off stage. So congratulations to Fatpack, who's taken this series, moving on to the winners final. I see you, Fatpack. I see you. The pack is indeed fat. I see you, sir.
Yeah, I also know what that means. Very, very well done there. Croissant put on a beautiful display of how to counter Shaggy with Shaggy. But Fatpack is going to be going on to our finals, is going to be fighting for that ticket to the grand finals, fighting for that championship advantage. But we are going to be moving right along because in mere moments, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be having Mott's versus Eris as our second semi-finals bout for this bracket. And again, this is, you know, 2 very aggressive players, 2 players that get very quick eliminations. I also a match we see quite a lot. We see Mott's and Eris go up against one another. There is a little bit of a rivalry building up between these two. It does feel like they sort of go back and forth between one another. So I'd be very curious to see who takes it when we're now going into season 1.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, this is something we definitely have seen before. Again, in the past, Ayers has been using different characters. Uh, Currently deciding to go with Powerpuff Girls as we expected, or Rider Boys, excuse me. So this is definitely the matchup that we were expecting, and quite honestly, that's the matchup that I was looking forward to. I would love to see. I mean, we did see Eris take down a Harley player in Kid Angel. However, we all know Moss is that guy when it comes to Harley. So curious to see how this match is going to turn out. This might be match of the night. I'm just going to go ahead and call it now. Match of the night.
We will just have to wait and see as now we are loading into the Sky Arena. Very, very patient, waiting for this matchup, and immediately Eris looks to go for that aerial elimination, looks to go to try and get rid of Mott's very early doors, does follow up on it. 6 minutes 45 seconds still on the clock, and already we are a stock down on Mott's side. Mott's now trying to get that little bit of momentum back. Does land the bat bomb to try and self-detonate on the Powerpuff Girls, but does not land. Has dealt a very nice amount of damage. Could be looking for the Mott special there. Doesn't quite land initially, but they do save it there and evens up the stock count. And then we are basically back to 0-0 stock apiece.
Something so unbelievable is the way that Mods dodge red to continue the ground combo in that last stock. That's exactly what allowed him to get that first stock off. Such masterful play from these players, man. I mean, it's yeah. If only there were a way to quickly call out plays, mid-game, and I would love to. But there's really there's no instant replay. It's just either you see it or you don't. And indeed, we're seeing some masterful play from these guys here. Currently, though, tied up 1-1. Both players pretty close to each other. You could find yourself getting knocked off on the side of Mods if you're not careful. Uses the up air to get back. Nice nair. Followed with the bat, and Mods able to get the second stock off. Jesus, that is exactly how you would expect him to play it off. I wouldn't be able to do it that way, but it has been done. Nice air, trying to get Eris off the map if possible to force that third stock, but not able to complete. Nice down tilt into the Sair. Follow up though, trying to see if both players using that spacing here to try to get inside, figure out who's going to be able to get the tag. The nice up tilt. Yeah, from the side of Ares, at over 100, you could pretty much put the controller down. That move is sending you off stage, guaranteed. But now, Mott's using the Bat Bomb to follow with a nice combo. Can't quite follow up from there though. Misses the down tilt. Now going to get punished. Air dash attack. Ares on the attack using the up air special to get the third stock. That is exactly what I'm talking about. You just don't want to be caught on this off the side against Ares. Do your best to just get back on stage, keep the fight on the platform. That's actually, in my opinion, when Mott's had the advantage. So as far as adjustments is concerned, that's what I would look forward to in the next match.
Is worth saying we are going to Trophy's Edge. Those fighting platforms might benefit Mott's in that instance, might allow them to make those small adjustments they need to try and push for the extra little bit of momentum to get that stock back. Don't forget, this is a best of 5. So if Eris can get 2 more clean wins, they will be going straight on through to the finals of this upper bracket. Mott's are very familiar with this sort of high level play, very familiar with these late stages of tournaments. So we could absolutely see a comeback. It's not unheard of, but once again, Eris very aggressively regains control over center stage for a little bit. Doesn't get a very nice combo in, but the Bat Bomb is landed. Mott's not able to fully capitalize on that and get the elimination just yet, but another Bat Bomb is going to be brought up. Eris now trying to answer back, trying to get control over that ledge, but Mott maintaining ground control, gets that first stock elimination, 6 minutes 10 on the clock.
Indeed, as long as Mott's can maintain platform control, Mott's can win this. And then Mott catches an uppercut from, from Powerpuff Girl. So, the knowing which Powerpuff Girl to use for a specific attack, specifically that uppercut, is very important because the Powerpuff Girl that you do use will determine the level of knockback that you're going to earn. So in that case, using the Buttercup-like character is the reason why Eris was able to get the maximum knockback and get that stock. Very well done. Both players currently, though, pretty much tied in this one-up situation. Eris trying to use some aggression here just to kind of scare Mott's and make him think twice about doing anything cheeky. Doesn't quite work though, and now Mott's is on the attack, missing the nair really with. I'm not sure what read that was, but it doesn't matter. Able to follow up, get back on stage, and get the knockoff here. So now Mott's is in a solid lead here, 2-1. At this point, it's not really worth doing anything too risky. Just play your game. Chip damage as much as you can because you already know Eris is coming back for more. That is exactly what we're talking about. So now 2-2, basically in any player's game at this point, and we'll have to see who's going to be able to take it.
In the closing moments of this matchup, Eris looking to solidify their lead going into round 3. Mott looking to even up the scores and buy their way into the finals. Dancing around one another. The bomb doesn't get a lot of value, but Mott's in a very good position to potentially get an elimination. It is 36-66. Eris trying to build up that heat level, trying to build up enough damage to get the knockback they need to get that final elimination. Was able to avoid the bomb, it looks like, once again. Not able to get as much value from that as Mott would like. We could be looking at the end game, and we are! Eris with a beautiful aerial combination there. Does get the second point in this series, does secure their lead as we go into round 3.
Man, those air combos are just so deadly. It's just so strong. You know, the second you get caught off stage against Powerpuff Girls, you're just like, all right, either I'm I'm ready to dodge, I know what's coming, and I can get away from it, or Yeah, brother. GG's in the chat. We're gonna have to see it later here. I mean, on the side of Mox again, the game plan has to be just stay on the platform as long as you possibly can. Do not go off the platform. Otherwise, it's too dangerous. It's too unpredictable. You can't really tell what's gonna go down. So, game three, getting started here. Both players playing a little bit on the safe side, not doing too much. Not a whole lot of aggression though. Eris starting the aggression though. Gets Mott's down to 56 off the side. Nair misses. Mott's using the Sair to just okay. I mean, this is another thing that we have to mention about Mott's is he's like the king of setups. You know, I mean, we're talking about players who are able to read your movement and adjust necessary. It almost seems as if Mott's was baiting Eris to go off stage and do that attack because just knew what was going to happen, read it, and was able to counter it with this air. So it was a very beautiful play on the side of Mott's.
Absolutely. Looks like Harley was also able to trigger the afterburn on the Powerpuff Girls as well, so it's going to cause more and more chip damage. Eris is still looking for that elimination, but they have been built up to 115 now. Mott looking for that elimination. Eris is able to dodge out of it, but Mott's able to secure the second stock as well. 5 minutes 38 on the clock. Mott is yet to lose a stock. Momentum has almost certainly switched onto Harley Quinn's favor. Eris finally gets that first stock down. We've seen both of these guys get very low heat eliminations. It's not out of the realm of possibility, and Eris immediately evens up the playing field out of nowhere, and all of a sudden we're looking at an even game.
No way. The even game indeed, and both players at this rate are just going to do everything that they can to just throw hands and see who gets the victory. I mean, Mott's had such a good, comfortable lead, and just like that, Eris did some Eris things, got him off the map twice. Oh, but it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter. Mott's is still in this, finally taking first game of the series. I know this must be a rough matchup. I can just feel the sweat coming down from both players' foreheads right now. Yikes. Man, that almost turned out to be disappointing. But Mods was able to make the adjustment, get him back off stage. Very good use of utility in that matchup. I like to see it. Yeah, we'll have to see how things turn out in this next match.
And this is why best of 5 can make all the difference. Is now Mott has all the room in the world to start building up that comeback momentum. Eris could be looking for a very early elimination, but Mott's able to read that combo. Very much used to Eris pulling that out, able to avoid it pretty effectively. Doesn't get as much value from the bomb, but does trigger the afterburn, does begin that chip damage on the Powerpuff Girls, and those little bits of damage can count when you're going up against someone like Mott. Even a 3, 4, 5% damage difference could be enough for enough knockout for that Mott special. Looks to set up another bat bomb, doesn't detonate, does not get the value from it this time. 92 to 60 though. Mott's looking to take advantage early on in this match. Does look like the Powerpuff Girls are going to try and get a little bit of comeback though. Could be looking for another elimination. Uses the floating platform, but Mott's able to just about avoid it. Stays alive and keeps things 0-0.
0-0 until he uses that nice little bat there to get the first stock. I like that 0-0 until. Anyways, very well done to get the first stock on the side of Mott's. Now we have to wonder how aggressive Eris feels that they're going to need to play in order to kind of get their get back, get their lick, if you know, as some might say. Using that uppercut, you can put, no, that wasn't a stock. That I would have been, okay, I would have assumed that was surely the first stock on the side of Eris, but no, not in this case. Dash attack though will go ahead and finish it out 40-0 in favor of Mott at this moment. Mott is currently down 2-1 in this matchup, but we have seen Mott make comebacks in the past. We have seen Mott make adjustments in the last match, Mods surely did, and it worked out in their favor. So going forward, as long as you don't catch any of these combos off the side and lose early stocks, you should be fine. Oh no, another dash attack. You have to be careful. Nair into the uppercut. Oh, you have to be careful here. It's not something that you want to see, but the bomb is on. Able to almost follow up with that outside of Mods. Eris following up though. Off the side, missing the bats, but doesn't matter. Ooh. You keep seeing these close engagements where you think something crazy is going to happen. Doesn't quite happen though. 74 to 120 in favor of Mods, and Mods is able to catch with the most obvious nair in the world. Somehow that connected. Not sure how, but shout out to you, brother, for doing that. Now to start this, we got Eris trying to make some moves here, but the ground tech does save you in that situation. Nice uppercut. 17-0, 2-2. Again, same as the previous series. Either we're going to game 5 or we're moving on to winner's final at this point. And the dash attack on the side of Eris comes in so clutched. Oh my goodness.
That's what we mean. That's what we mean by those really low level eliminations there. Those low heat level eliminations. That was gorgeously done. Gorgeous.
Yeah. So for anyone who wasn't here last week, that's basically what we saw from the Eris matches. They were done so fast in some situations just because both players wanted to play aggressive. They did not care about safety. Screw defense. We're here for the offense. And some of those matches were done in like a minute and a half. I'm pretty sure one match was done in under a minute last week. I'm fairly certain of this. That's just how it is when you're playing against the Powerpuff Girls and an aggressive Powerpuff Girls player in Eris. So congratulations to Eris pulling off that series. Mots will be moving down into the losers bracket, but as we know, we've seen Mots make the comeback from losers and back into winners. And so at this rate, we're just waiting to see how things turn out in the lower bracket. But moving on to our winners final match, we have Eris versus Fat Pack. This is going to be insane. This is going to be insane. Two very aggressive players who are really good at making adjustments when need be. Don't care about defense for them. Well, I mean, they care about defense, obviously, but I mean, defense just isn't their thing, you know? They just prefer to hold W and get in your face. So, yeah, excited to get this matchup started here.
It is going to be a very interesting matchup as we go into our finals for Upper Bracket Season 1. This is not the be-all and end-all, but it is absolutely going to make all the difference to see who comes out on top with Champion's Advantage going into our Grand Finals bout at the end of the night. Fat Pack opening up very aggressively. It does look like Eris is trying to adapt to it, trying to get that little bit of momentum back, but Fat Pack very good at getting these early game combos in. And it does look like Eris almost went for the elimination there, but doesn't quite follow it up. Does keep that aerial combo going though. The aerial prowess of Powerpuff Girls on full display, and now securing that edge, trying to just keep the defense up on Fat Pack, knowing that they can switch up the state of the game at a moment's notice. Going in very nicely. Doesn't quite hit the super kick, but it's going to be 85 to 86. Again, a very even matchup.
Indeed, and both players trying their best to be as aggressive as possible. As we see the uppercut coming from Fat Pack first stock. This is one of those things, you know, once you get over 85, you know, especially on the lighter characters, you don't want to get caught by Shaggy Jab. That jab will end you off. Yeah, it's gonna be jab, jab, uppercut. See you later. Good night. On to the next stock. I mean, there's really nothing you can do about it. And at the same time, Eris also says nothing you can do about this. So now we have both players sitting at one stock apiece. Only a 36%, well, I'll take that back, 47% difference between both players. Not a huge difference. You need a couple combos to, you know, and when you're playing against someone like Eris, who knows how to play off stage like this can happen as well. Who cares about the numbers sitting below my character? Can you avoid my combos? That's the question that you really need to answer there.
And Fat Pack almost answering back with elimination of their own, but Eris was able to stay alive this time, and it looks like they could be looking for it again! Just avoids it, does Fat Pack a very beautiful dodge, followed up by an uppercut of their own, and all of a sudden these stocks are even 4 minutes 45 seconds on the clock. Very, very nicely done, and Fat Pat now just trying to build up that heat level as quickly as possible. Almost has immediately evened up the matchup, and this could be flipped onto anyone at any moment. Eris tried to get that elimination, but Fat Pack hanging low was able to read it and avoid it as best they could. Now gets back onto stage, avoiding the downward spike. This can go either way. There is the uppercut, and Fat Pack takes the first point.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. It's like it doesn't really matter who you put in front of Fat Pack. You like find a way to play Shaggy the right way in order to get the win. Like we've seen Fat Pack take down the best of the best in this tournament series, and matches where we were thinking, there's no way you win this. I mean, this character's too good, and Fat Pack finds a way. It's always impressive to see how he's able to come up with these strategies to win on Shaggy. And I know people want to say, "Oh, it's Shaggy's easy to play." Yeah, but at this level, everyone knows what they're doing. Everyone knows how to use the character. So I mean, you know, it comes down to skill at this level. You know, it's just what it is. And as I say that though, Fat Pack is starting the game with an 96% lead. Not playing games here. It's only been 15 seconds. What the heck? Like the aggression is everything that we expected, right? So no big surprise here. 33 to 96. All Fat Pack needs is just one jab. Uses the dash attack. Turkey on Rye misses, but this is it. Needs one jab. Follow up with the uppercut, and there's really not much you can do about that. I mean, that's stock number one. Now at this point, you have to ask yourself, how is Eris going to make the adjustments in this matchup to find a way to get back in and get some advantage?
Looks like the answer to that is control of the sky. Again, Fat Pack though very good on the dodges this entire series. Knows to look for that final blow, that 3-point combo that the Powerpuff Girls do have. Their aerial prowess being matched by the ferocity of Shaggy's kit. However, that is going to be a Buttercup uppercut, and that is going to be the first stock in Eris's favor for this particular match. 91 to 0 though. Fat Pack still has advantage and immediately takes a second stop back. Maintains that momentum. Eris could be looking for it again. The super kick does get Fat Pack out of danger just about, but that is the ability for Powerpuff Girls to juggle their enemy in the air like that is deadly amounts of damage, and we're seeing it once again already at 88 now, going into 100. Could be looking at a killing blow. Just dodges out of the blast zone and uses that super kick to once again stay alive. There is the multiple uppercut though, and it is not impossible for Eris to run away with this. 2 stocks apiece, 0 to 64 admittedly, but we've seen Eris get these early eliminations. We could be looking for it again, and once again Fat Pat just dodges out of it.
Yeah, man, the way that Eris is just knocking you off stage and just tracking you, stalking you to see which way you're gonna move and try to stop you from getting back on stage, just shows this is exactly what Eris wants. Is get you off stage, and then he just starts to lick his lips like, yeah, this is it. It's lunchtime. And if you're not ready, you're gonna be in trouble, but it doesn't matter. Fat Pack using the Sair. Eris is at 87% and got blasted off stage from the Shaggy Sair. What can you say? What can you say? You know, this is honestly impressive. Like this is a true battle for both players, and when you know that you're battling against someone like Eris who can get you off stage and keep you off stage, to be able to have a 2-0 lead in this case, you got to be feeling good about yourself.
Absolutely. Confidence is going to start setting in on Fat Pack's side of the board. Eris now just trying to look to stay alive in this best of 5 bout here. Trying to start build up those points that they can try and keep in it. But again, Fat Pack looks like they went for a read there. Wasn't quite enough. And Eris was able to avoid what looked to be a deadly ironclad knee that Shaggy is known for. But once again, Fat Pack secures a very strong edge guard here. Is able to break out of it with the uppercut though. And there is the follow-up that gets Eris the first point on the board. We could be seeing the beginning of a comeback.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting him to use the up special to, to actually counter Shaggy, get him off stage, and then finish it off. And in the process, also, Fatback was able to come back and get a stock as well. So we're basically starting fresh at this point. It's 1-1 on both sides, 31-33. You know, this is still any man's game. They're both in this, but currently we're seeing some nice air combos coming out of the side of the Ares. Everything that we expect when it comes to this particular character. You know, this is something that I mean, even Fatpack is able to use those dodge reads and at the right time to just follow up with you. And I mean, when you think about it, I mean, really both players are doing very well in the air. It's not like any one player is really dominating. We just know that when it comes to being off stage side, left or right, Ares usually has the advantage. But in this case, Ares got sent out of the vertical blast zone with an uppercut. So now 110 to 6. Fatpack does have a solid lead for the most part, and you just have to kind of stay in this, do your best to not get caught by anything like that to send you off stage. 2-2, both players trying to get this win.
Very, very close on both sides of the board here. 36 to 22. 23 now building up into 30s and 40s. This could go either way. Once again, Fatpack just needs to secure this elimination and they would have taken the entirety of this finals bracket. So it's absolutely in their best interest to finish this as quickly as possible. Both playing very close to the edge here. Fatpack does get the slightly more advantageous central side of the board. Could be looking for an elimination here. 67 on Fatpack's side, 88 on Eris's side. But both of them definitely within kill range at each other's skill level. There is the uppercut, and Fatpack steals it away with a 3-0 victory. And it's going to take the entirety of upper bracket. We are looking at our first grand finalist of season 1.
That was so impressive. Just so, that was so impressive, man. I maybe I'm reading this wrong. It's very possible. I don't know. Whatever. It seems to me that Fatpack is very aware of how aggressive Ares wants to be off stage, and he just doesn't care. He's like, I know what you're gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to play around as best I can, but you're still gonna get these hands. Sorry. I mean, I don't know what to tell you at this rate. And just pulls of, I don't even want to say it's convincing because both players are really coming at each other. But at the end of the day, what matters most is who pulls out the win. Fatpack got 3 of them in a row. Damn, that's impressive against Ares, who was last week's champion, by the way. So very, very well done. Very well done indeed. I'm gonna go ahead and call it now. I think we're gonna see a rematch in the grand final. I'm just gonna call it.
We
I'm gonna
could
call it.
absolutely be seeing that rematch, but let's not forget we have a lot of heavy hitters sat in the lower bracket still making their way through. People like Flacoco, people like Kal-El Fox, people like Icy Gobert, people like Croissant and Mott's, who could absolutely still fight their way through. It is anyone's game to play for here in the lower bracket. We are going to be going into Icy Gobert versus Uzi. First match we're seeing for both of these guys tonight, but a very, very exciting one. Looks like Uzi is going to be going with Superman. I believe Icy is going for what looks to be like Joker to me. I could be wrong. Either Joker or
That
Beetlejuice.
is Beetlejuice.
It's
Yeah, it's
really
Beetlejuice.
hard to tell with Beetlejuice in the game now because there it is. There is the Beetlejuice. But when they're wearing the Batman mask, I assume it's Batman. Like it's that's Batman. It's clearly.
No, yeah, it's definitely Beetlejuice. This is a character that we definitely don't see too often, and so shout out to Icy Burr for pulling out the Beetlejuice. I believe we saw, uh, was it Christopher's pull out the Beetlejuice? I want to say it was. Someone was pulling out the Beetlejuice, and I was really excited. I was like jumping in my seat. Didn't work out too well, unfortunately, but it's just cool to see a variety of characters coming through. Every now and then. I will say though, this Superman skin is kind of fire. The skins that they've been coming out with in this game are pretty nice. Pretty nice indeed. Like those like Batman skins are they're interesting, I guess. But I do like the variety of skins that they've been kind of creating as the match ends up getting canceled here. So
Oh,
we're gonna have to see what's going on here and get everything set back up again. No worries.
you could be
It's
looking
okay.
at a slight technical issue. It's not unheard of in multiverses, of course, but we are going to get things back on track as quickly as possible for you guys. I really do hope we see this Beetlejuice Superman though, because that's again, I mean, Beetlejuice is. I know a little bit about them. I do know they're a bit of a slugger, so I think that going up against Superman is already an interesting choice. And
Hmm.
I love watching Icy play. Icy is a very stubborn person in that a lot of the time they just refuse to die when they should, and that's entertaining.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah, I mean, just by the name itself, you can tell that, Icy is definitely cold when it comes to this particular game itself. Seen Icy in multiple tournaments, definitely comes across multiple streams. Everyone knows Icy's a solid player. And seeing Beetlejuice play is always fun, right? Beetlejuice isn't a meta pick by any means. Can very well become so maybe in the future. Who knows? But it's also not a terrible character in this game as well. Um, Beetlejuice does have some pretty strong attacks, some nice, uh, some nice. I mean, Sayer's Sayer's decent, but the it's really that dash attack, that armored dash attack with the coffin that fighting on the ground with, also the beetle itself that you can use to kind of aim and interrupt players from range or even up close. That's where I think we're gonna see a lot of the better combos come out of Icy Burst. So yeah, this will be fun. This will be fun to watch.
Very, very interested to see the outcome of this match. We are trying still to get it set up for you guys as quickly as possible. Still dealing with a couple connection issues on our players' end, but it will be sorted out momentarily. Elsewhere, in round 5, we've got Kal-El Fox going up against Flakoko. That's another star-studded matchup. And then I believe it's after this point, it is gonna be best of 5 for the rest of the night, if memory serves. Math is hard though, so don't hold me to that. But I believe that's what we're looking at.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure losers quarter is where everything becomes BO5.
Hmm.
So this will become more intense. Speaking of intense, we have two very intense characters on your screen currently who are about to beat the snot out of each other. Um, Superman, Beetlejuice. I'm excited to see how this works out. I mean, Superman's ground game is very solid. Beetlejuice, very solid ground game as well. Superman does bring some armored attacks, but Beetlejuice can't interrupt those things. So I would love to see who's able to take down the other player. Getting started here, both Icy and Uzi figuring out each other's spacing, using the Beetle to interrupt that dodge attack here. Still trying to figure out what each character might want to do. Setting a nice little bomb here. Almost got a good setup, but not quite. Superman able to catch the grab. Can't follow it up. See Icy go Burr and Uzi still trying to
Oh,
figure out each other's character. They're just doing a
they are
little tangle.
playing around each other, like, just dancing back and forth. Finally, some hits are gonna be landed here. Another bomb gets set up from the looks of it. But Icy, not able to make it work on this occasion, is able to stay alive though, still very much in this game. Superman answers back with that deadly upper combo that we see a lot from players like Anthos. A very common sight here on Crap Media is a powerful Superman play. And there is the downward spike that gets that first elimination. And it looks like Beetlejuice is on the back foot on this one. Does answer back. Here we go. The combo is going to start. Looks like we saw a little bit of a damage cycle starting here. And has chipped away at Superman now. Could see an elimination. An almost perfect elimination. Does get a little bit of afterburn from the lasers though. And actually uses Superman's ice spread to their advantage, turning the bomb into a throwable projectile. A very clever move from Icy. Not something you often see, but definitely got a little bit of value off. And now he's going to be looking for that eliminating blow. However, Superman is going to slowly build that damage up again and again. Superman's very good at avoiding those heavy knockback attacks. But there it is. Beetlejuice finally gets the stocks evened up. Does finally get some value from the bomb as well. 5 minutes, 1 stock apiece.
Yeah, it's very difficult as a Beetlejuice player to use those air attacks to get confirmations. Even when someone like Superman is over 100, Beetlejuice doesn't have the strongest, but is capable or capable of getting spiked off. But came back. Ooh, catches his throw. 117. Nice use of the of the snake there to get back on the map here. Again, those air attacks, I mean, they're solid, but they're not necessarily something that you're going to use to get strong confirms on a consistent basis, right? You want to use that dash attack, you want to use that side air special to get that kickoff, and that neutral air. The neutral special, excuse me, as well. That is something that is extremely strong and has worked out in his favor here. So now 2-1. Icicle Bird has the lead here. Superman on the side of Uzi trying his best to edge guard, as Superman does so well, but it does allow Icicle Bird back on stage.
And now Icy's going to be playing very defensively, knowing they could lose that stock at a moment's notice. Superman able to pull it out of nowhere. Done incredibly well. There is the elimination that Uzi needed. But already at 89 damage, it looks like it's a very risky position. We're going to be looking for a very quick elimination, which we almost saw. But Icy's position was able to avoid it, and now Superman has burned himself out on stamina. Icy has that open window to get that damage in, try and get that eliminating blow. Does not take the edge guard, allows Superman to get across stage, and there is the elimination. There is the blow that does it, and Uzi is going to take this first point.
That was nice. It was some pretty nice follow-ups on the side of Uzi. There were a few combos that Uzi chained together both on and off stage that I thought, I mean, these are combos that I haven't really seen Anthos try. Usually Anthos is like a very specific strategy that he sticks to and does extremely well. And I'm seeing a little bit of more character expression here from the side of Uzi. This is very interesting indeed. I am impressed, want to see more. So keep going. Game 2. I did feel that there was some pretty solid control on the side of Icy Goldberg, but in the end, took the loss for game 1. We'll have to see how he adjusts in game 2. Getting started here, both players again doing a nice little jig, trying to figure out who's gonna make the move first. They both with. But Uzi starting off with the little aggression here, armored attack misses, now you're catching some ground combos. But Icy Goldberg not able to follow up on the ground attack. Now Uzi's on the attack here, using a dare to try to get him off the map. It's not working though, not quite yet. Gonna need a little bit more percentage here. Bomb setup, nice stun. Can you follow to get that? No, he's not able to get Uzi off stage. That would have been interesting to get that stun mid-air like that, man, and follow that up. It doesn't matter though, because as of right now, combos are mixing up Both players doing their best to stay on ground. They're not afraid. They're not even trying to go off stage. They're just standing on stage, throwing hands, trying to see who's able to get the first stock here.
Looks like Icy wasn't able to take the edge guard there, unfortunately. And it looks Superman breaking through it once again, although again, these heat levels all night have been really even between our opponents in every single match. And we're seeing the same again here. A very nice elimination there from the Superman, immediately followed up by elimination from the Beetlejuice. And now it is even once again. Beetlejuice keeps him set up around that bomb, gets maximum value from it. A little bit of afterburn from the laser beams, but what now it is Icy with a very nice aerial combo there. Almost gets the elimination, but not quite enough knockback from the final uppercut there. Playing around the edges once again, very risky for both players here. We've seen very dangerous combos using the wall to juggle Beetlejuice, but they're able to stay alive. And now Uzi 83, Icy going up to the 68 level. This could go either way. 4 minutes 58 seconds left, one stock apiece.
Yeah, it would have been really interesting to see a good read there on the side of Icy to get that up air special off. You know, if you can read that properly, then you can easily get a nice follow-up attack. But in this case, Uzi was able to get that nice dare, spiking him off like he plays volleyball here, and even catch an uppercut to follow it up. So listen, in both situations, Superman gets first. Beetle just comes back, uses that uppercut to also solidify the stock. So now both players are tied up. However, we're looking at 17 to 83. Uzi having a pretty decent lead here and easily finishing the game the way Uzi wanted to do it. Very nice job. Up 2-0.
And a better tomorrow.
Well, actually, now that I say that, actually, no, that's the series. This isn't an up 2-0. That's the series itself. So, unfortunately, we're going to be saying good night to Icicle Burr here. Uzi will be moving on to the next matchup to play Mots. Ooh, it only gets tougher.
That is unfortunately the situation here, is that these matches are going to continue to be mountain after mountain after mountain. We've got people like Chris Horn and Eris and Mott's sitting in the wings waiting for these matches. It's slightly terrifying, especially when you see that Kal-El and Flacoco are on the other side, also, you know, fighting for their chance to get to the finals of this bracket as well. But it's the spirit of competition. It's the spirit of competition.
Things are definitely clenched. Not gonna say what, but things are definitely clenched at this point in the tournament. You're just on your toes whole time, and some people happen to kind of play, you know, under this pressure with grace, like it's no big deal. Oh yeah, I'm in grand finals. Whatever. Been here before. No big deal. Not me. If you ever see me in a situation like this and there's any sort of camera around and it happens to pan onto me, you're going to see that, like, you know, that Key and Pill picture where he's just like dripping. So that's what you're going to see on me. You know, I am going to be the most nervous wreck possible. So shout out to these players for consistently every week coming in and putting themselves under these stressful situations and just finding ways to come out on top and deal with the pressure. It's so impressive. So impressive.
No, absolutely. There. Looks like we have our next match getting lined up for us. It's going to be Uzi against Mots. We're going right in. We're following Uzi's career in this lower bracket. And you know what? Obviously, Mots is probably the favorite here, but Uzi's performance in that matchup was very, very strong going up against Icy. Not an easy person to beat by any means. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what Uzi can do. We're definitely throwing them into the deep end right here. But we're going into Sky Arena, and for the rest of the night now, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be best of 5. So sit tight, get your snacks ready, because this is where the competition really starts to pick up.
Oh yes. Oh yes, indeed. This is a tough matchup for Harley. Any Harley player in general. Superman is tough against Harley because Harley's very limited in the world
Wish I
of
hadn't come
armor
to this.
breaking. Um, I believe Harley was given an armor breaking attack recently, so it might give some advantage. However, this is something where usually you're going to see characters like Wonder Woman, Superman really just kind of go to town. So we'll have to see mods really pull um, just some amazing plays off in order to kind of stay into this matchup. Currently, we are seeing mods kind of get thrown off like a rag doll. Very disrespectful on the side of Superman here to treating a lady like that. And we see the first stock as well. Listen, this is another one of those scenarios where I kind of want to see what kind of setups Mott's is gonna have in this case to shut down Uzi as best as possible. We did see the Jack in the Box trick there, try to use that off stage to kind of knock up Uzi, but it didn't work out. It was kind of off the mark here. Sair into Sair, now into Nair, Sair again into the bat, 123. That would have knocked anyone else off, but because it's Superman, a little heavier, you're gonna have to do a little bit more than that. So Nair, very nice. The charged up Nair does get the stock for mods. So with both players now 1-1, 40 to 10. Not the worst. Definitely not the worst if you're on the side of mods.
You're absolutely right there. It is a really nice comeback from Mott's here, and does break out of the Superman combo as well, slowly chipping away at the Man of Steel. A really nice use of the afterburn as well. Mott's just using everything in their kit to their advantage. Did try to get the bat bomb, didn't quite get value from it. However, Uzi playing very close to the edge of the map. Very risky in this instance. Mott's able to capitalize on positions like that. Just like that, and a second stock now in Mott's favor. Completely taking advantage of the situation. Taking the lead now, 4 minutes 50 on the clock. And Mott could be looking for another very quick elimination. Uzi able to break out of it though, able to push now into a beautiful cycle combo, puts Mott within kill range, and there is the edge guard that Superman is known for in this game. A very strong defensive hold over the edges of stages. Mott does break out of it once again, able to use the ice breath to freeze the Jack in the Box and the bomb, but it ends up working in Harley's favor, able to use them to slowly chip away. Does get that elimination to even up the stocks though, does Yumi, and we're going into this with the final stock, trying to get the first point in the series.
Monta's done a pretty decent job of keeping Uzi on the side, edge guarding as best as he can to create the setups that he needs. And as they say that, again, using the edge guard to create a setup that he needed to get Uzi off stage. I mean, I said it at the beginning of this match. The setups is where Mott's as a player stands out versus other players. Like there are setups that I don't see coming. Like he's playing chess essentially. He's playing chess in this game, and it's worked out. You get Superman off stage, you set up a couple utilities, and you find ways to use that utility in a way that's unpredictable. And Mott's done a great job. So now going into game 2 here, Uzi wants to get his get back as he's currently doing, using the Joey Daddies to get a first stock in no time. Brother, you're frustrated. I understand. Show Mott's how you feel. Show Mott's how you really feel. I can't put words to that. That was impressive.
That's some very like early days Superman tech that we've just seen there. But it's absolutely worked out in their favor here. And you know what, you can't hate. If the tactic works, you gotta use it, right? You need to do what you gotta do to win, and that's exactly what Uzi has shown there. Going into stock 2 now. Looks like 38 to 64. The bat bomb does detonate, and it looks like Mott might be trying to even up the stock count here. A very nice uppercut from Superman, but the second one isn't going to land. And now Mott with a deadly 30-point combo. But Superman gets the uppercut out of nowhere, and is 2 stocks up.
Whoa, Superman hit a counter as Mods comes back and gets his. Okay, I see you, Mod. Do a little dance on him. Do a little dance. Let me know how you feel, Mods. So at this point, you can tell there's definitely a little bit of gamer rage happening in the game, and I like it. We want to see more of that. Bring it out. Bring out the fury. You know, if that's what's going to make you hit some insane combos as we're seeing Mods pull off right now, you better not do it, Mods. You better not do it to him. I know you want to do it to him. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful with what this can do. Oh no, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Is he able to get Superman out? No, Uzi's back and better than ever. Currently at 126, but doesn't matter. Mods gets the second stock. Mods was pretty much in full control of that entire stock. I mean, played with Uzi for the most part. That was so impressive. Keep that up, young man.
And now it looks like Uzi's gonna try and get that point back, trying to even up the series a little bit. Mott's very, very well executed dodges, but Superman was able to get control over the ledge. Gets that grab, creates the space needed to maintain central control. Uzi takes it.
Very nice plays. I'm seeing some really good plays out of both characters. Like this is freaking good. You know, this is freaking. I wish you could see my face. I'm doing like the Italian thing. This is freaking good. Really enjoying this. I mean, both players using the stage, the way that Uzi used those platforms to get just a little bit more elevated knock up on Mods and follow it up with the offstage attack. It's just it's working out, and I like I said, I'm liking it. Bring out this gamer rage, make it happen.
We're going into the 3rd round of the series now. 1 point apiece, so this is still a very even playing field. A very nice switch up grab there from Superman. We've seen it a lot from Uzi here, and does try to secure that edge, but Mott sort of knows now what to avoid, does adapt to the situation, and is able to break out of it. Superman able to use the wings to sort of glide, use a bit more floatiness to them to get around Mott's attack and try and start a combo of their own. Once again though, Mott's versatility able to dodge out of it with ease. There is the sort of cyclone kick that we see a lot from Harley. Slides right into a combo though from Superman that may have been poorly placed. And now Superman perhaps going for the chase, go for the elimination. A very high heat level, very risky position, but uses his heat vision to guard the edge there. And I was waiting for Harley to step in. They go through one another, very mirrored, very close calls from both of these guys. Doesn't quite get the bat bomb with the ice breath, and that is going to be a perfect setup for Mott's to get elimination. Are we going to get a counter elimination here from Uzi? Are we going to see an even up of the scores? We might just about see it, but no, Mott stays alive.
Mods is just not trying to die. He's not trying to go off the map. You better not do that, Mods. You better not. That would have been insane to pull that off. We're just seeing some real dominance from Mods. I mean, the way that they're using the air Sair utility to stay alive, and just some really keen dodges as well. The aggression, just flying off the map with an air. I mean, I don't know what this is or what's taking over Mods here, but you can just see. I mean, at this point, I guess if you're sitting at 145, which he's no longer at this point, it's like screw it, man. Let's just fly off the map and see what happens. I mean, usually it's the last thing that you expect, but as I say that, Mods is able to get the second stock off. So now, holding a pretty decent lead, you really just need to play your game. You don't necessarily need to do anything too risky. Just play your game, get some chip damage, play smart, get some nice air combos, and you're gonna see yourself in the winner circle in no time.
And now it looks like, oh, they do land the bat bomb here. Mott's now using that momentum, using that knockback to try and get that elimination, try and get that second point that is going to be critical going into round 4, a confirmed round 4 in this series. Again, they are both dancing around each other very, very haphazardly, 111 to what could be 93 at the end of that combo there. And once again, Superman trying to secure the edge of the stage. Mott's trying to fight through it, and again we're seeing that dancing at the close ends of the arena. Not quite able to get value off of the bat bomb here, but just desperately trying to hold on here. Mott's is kind of in a risky position, but they do get the slugger. And that is going to be round 3.
Man, that's so impressive. You know, in most situations, we've seen this over and over again, where if you're on the edge and you're playing into Superman, you're in trouble. Like you're not gonna have a good time. And Mott's, who cares? Guess what? I'm jumping up. I'm in your face. What are you gonna do about it? Maybe that's the way that you just have to play. You know, you gotta play with a little bit more aggression. You have to play a little bit more headless. Don't do exactly what they expect you to do, and you're gonna find yourself again in the winner circle. I'm liking the aggression coming out of Mott. I'm really liking this. And going into game 4, you have to ask yourself, how is Uzi going to kind of answer back? Are you going to bring your own aggression as well? You're going to play more passive? I mean, as of right now, it doesn't even matter. Mott's doesn't care. Mott's is giving you the work. And a little aggression return. Almost caught Mott off the side of the stage here with a few air attacks. Uzi not worried, not shaken at all. Willing to do what he has to do to get the win. 103 to 72. Oh my gosh. Listen, this is a move that we've seen Uzi use before. It worked so well. I didn't see it coming in this situation. I just didn't.
No, and there is the immediate answer back from Mott as well. And out of the gate, Uzi coming in with those aggressive combos, not letting Mott have a moment to breathe. This constant cycle is insane. Mott's finally able to break out of it though. Very nicely done. Using that floating platform is Uzi to try and create that little bit of extra space. Does create a bit of a defense against something like the bat bomb here. Doesn't land the grab, however. And we're starting to see the build up of Harley's afterburn. Could slowly chip away. There is the ignite. We're going to see that chip damage now slowly feed its way in. 90 to 104. Going up to 120 now. 130, sorry. Superman does get the elimination. But we could be seeing Mott trying to immediately get an answer back kill. Is playing that edge guard very well. Trying to get that sneaky little shot. They do get it with the hammer. And now it is anyone's game.
I felt that.
Yeah, it really is, you know, a series that you kind of have to look back on and watch this VOD. I mean, the setups on the side of Mott's, the counter aggression on Superman, not being afraid to go off stage, follow up with any sort of attack that you possibly can. The use of the platforms on the side of Uzi as well. I mean, this is high level MultiVersus play here. I mean, you have to know it. The way that Mott just, you know, just go ahead and self-plant the bat bomb on yourself, hop in, get an attack, you know, ignite yourself, and hey, we're just gonna take you off the side of the map and not let you come back at all. Oh, I thought that was definitely a stock, but no, that was the stock indeed. Listen, wow. Like, come on, man. This is some high level gameplay here. I am thoroughly enjoying this. Thoroughly.
That was a beautiful performance from Mott, and they're going to secure their place in our semi-finals. And we're going to be moving on right away. That was a beautiful, beautiful showing. Well done, Uzi, for a first time, at least for me, seeing. You've done incredibly, incredibly well there to get as far as you have. So very well done from you. We're going to be taking a very, very quick break now because we have been going for 2 hours, which is a very long time for us to keep talking and keep going. But as soon as we come back, we are going to be going to our second LQ final, and it's going to be Krishawn versus Flakoko, and the winner of that will be facing Mott in the semi-final. We will see you in just a few minutes. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going right into the matchup. They've started a little bit early, but it's more than fine. I will be taking you by the reins just until we can get everything set up in order and ready to go. But we're going into, looks like Trophy's Edge for our first match of this series, this best of 5 quarterfinals matchup. Flakoko versus Croissant. We are going to have a Finn from Flakoko and a Shaggy from Croissant, 2 signature characters for these fighters. Looks like we've got a very aggressive opening from the Shaggy here. A very nice, very beautiful opening. But Flakoko is going to be answering back. Flakoko is a comeback master when it comes to these tournaments, building up a reputation for themselves for coming out of nowhere and fighting on until there is nothing left in the tank. 60 to 70, 30 seconds into this matchup. Able to stay alive though is Flakoko, a very aerial, a very mobile character in Finn, making the most out of that kit. Shaggy, a very, very strong defensive, very heavy hitter, very versatile kit. Does get that first elimination on Flakoko though. Croissant has a beautiful starting here. Does not get much value from the ground pound, which allows for the window for Finn to open up. There is that supercharge on the edge we see, but Flakoko makes the most out of the value, and they do even up the stocks.
Very nice indeed to see Flakoko doing Flakoko things. You go Flakoko. I have to say that every time I get the chance to cast here. And as Flakoko's coming back here, second stock, trying to get Shaggy off the map again if you can. Croissant, you gotta be careful here. Okay, you're looking really nice in that outfit, but Flakoko will dirty it up real good if you let him. So at this rate, Flakoko trying to use that tilt but can't start a combo off of it. They did nerf this in previous patches, so you can't necessarily hold it any longer, but it doesn't matter. Didn't even need it. Use the Jansport, dash attack, backpack. We're going to see you later. And now, again, we're off the side. Good dodge read. Almost was able to follow up, but couldn't quite get the spike here, as Croissant's health was just too solid for that to be a quick instant spike. Coming off the side of the map here again, though, you want to be careful, man. Flakoko is someone who is very crafty in these situations.
Absolutely is able to do a lot of damage with Finn's kit. Shaggy does get the stock evening here, but already a lot of damage has been dealt to him. Flakoko's got a 90 insurance on the heat level for Croissant. He's going to need to play a near perfect stock if he wants to be able to come out of this as the winner. 4 minutes 30 on the clock. 2 stocks apiece. A very, very dangerous game. Flakoko trying to get those heavy side attacks in to get the knockback for the elimination, but they cannot land it. And Shaggy, continuing to chip that damage away, has already evened up the playing field immediately. The next blow from either person could be what does it. And Croissant gets the elimination, is able to play a near perfect stock, and takes the first point in this 5-round series.
That is impressive, man. That was perfect play. Very cautious, very careful. You kind of saw Flakoko use the same tactic with the, with the ground tilt, just kind of holding the sword, getting ready for the attack. And that's the thing, is when you see Finn doing that, you know what's coming, right? So whether it's get off stage, go aerial, whatever it may be, you can find a way to play around that, wait for that attack to come out, and then just counter. Because again, Finn can no longer hold that attack infinitely. I think it's like only 4 seconds max that Finn can hold that. So if you see it coming and they're telegraphing it, well, then half the battle's won. All you have to do is just counter it. So well done.
Very well done indeed. We are going back to Trophy's Edge for this second round, and again Flakoko looking for that aggressive opening. Doesn't get much from it yet, and it is now Croissant who is going to take the early lead. A very nice counter from Finn. Looks like a very nice dodge. Could be looking for an elimination here. Not quite enough though. Not able to get that early stage elimination, but able to maintain that aerial control, which is a big thing when it comes to Finn. Maintaining control over your opponent's movements is a huge value of this kit. A massive amount of knockback. We do see the supercharged save, a very textbook move from Shaggy, able to land the super uppercut as well, but Finn does get that elimination. Coco takes the first point in this second round. Croissant now trying to answer back as best as they can, but for Coco again, a very nice combo does get caught by the downward spike though, one stop apiece.
Yeah, that was a very, very smart move to kind of get back in this match, and I like to say, get back, young man. That's exactly what he did. Well done. And already Hassel Coco is sitting at 91 at this point. I mean, this is a tough battle, and that's a stock. That's a stock at this point. Finn is light enough to actually find himself getting knocked out at that point. So, well done. I mean, Croissant is back in this matchup and actually can pull this win off pretty convincingly. So both players now just doing a little dance. Chris able to start the jab combo into a nice dash attack, but it doesn't work out. Now you're getting edge guard. Can you get back on stage? Does, but Coco is ready for this. Using some air combos here, trying to mix things up if possible, but unable to complete any combo here. So both players just trying to size each other up. The tilt misses. Doesn't matter though. New combo started. Coco doing Coco things. Misses the Jansport. But both players resetting here. Trying their best to try to find some way to start some sort of combo. But you see, again, when you see that tilt, you know to get away from it. So it's counterable. Still though, Coco has an edge, but you can't get knocked up here. Sayer off the side of the stage misses the super kick and gets punished for it.
Beautiful counter from Coco. 102 though, 2 stocks apiece. This is incredibly dangerous now. It is Coco who needs to play a perfect stock if they want to stay alive in this, but they get caught in the combo, and Shaggy is able to run away with a second point.
Man, Coco's just is in the matchup so many times and has so many moments where you're like, oh, he's got control, but Chris is like, nah. You know, as the illustrious Stone Cold used to do, and finds a way to just come back and counter you, get you off the map instead. So, it's risky play when you are playing Finn, because you have combos that chain, and you have to find ways to kind of take one combo into the next. And in the process, if your opponent knows your combos, you can get countered. So it's a bit of a risky play, but it's so impressive when it works. So I'm not mad at you, Coco. You go, Coco. You keep doing your thing, okay? Just keep doing your thing.
Prepare yourself.
Absolutely not impossible for Coco to bring this back. We have seen them do it time and time again, and we know that Coco can get fired up when they are in an underdog position. Are they going to pull it back this week? Are they going to try and make it to the finals for the 3rd time in their crap media career? We will find out. Croissant with a very aggressive double stomp opening though. Beautiful little opening there from the Shaggy player. And now Finn trying to answer back again. That aerial control playing a very important role in all of this. But Coco trying now just to sort of keep up with the damage that Shaggy is able to put out. Not able to on this instance, and immediately we do lose that first stock to the uppercut.
Yeah, that didn't take any time, unfortunately. That was pretty quick there on the side of Croissant. I see you. At this rate, I mean, as of right now, using that jab masterfully to just kind of stay interrupting the things that Coco was doing. Now using the dare to get the second stock, super kick to the chin. What are you gonna do about it? We can't tell at this moment. Nair getting back on stage. Doesn't matter though. Coco was ready and decided he was going to send you out the same way you sent him out. Okay, get back, Coco. We understand. I'm not mad at it. At this rate, both players do their best to try to get some more combos chained. Solid lead on the side of Chris Hanzo. I mean, all you need is a decent uppercut or Sayer at this point, and you're going to get your 3rd stock here.
Coco trying to answer back with some of the heavy-hitting moves in their kit, but another deadly uppercut followed up by a second one is going to spell disaster for them, and Chris Horn with a 3-0 perfect card from that series is going through to our semi-final versus Mots. A beautiful, beautiful performance. Very well earned victory there from Chris Horn.
That was indeed very nice. That was like I said before, man. There are moments where you can see if Coco has some solid control, and then Chris Hahn is like, "No, you don't. Let me show you how." Reverses it, gets exactly what he needs, and keeps control of the matchup. This is some top play that we're seeing here, and I'm excited to see how he's able to bring this Shaggy into the matchup against his next opponent, which is going to be none other than the Harley Quinn main, Mots himself.
Now this is a matchup we have seen before. Let us not forget, ladies and gentlemen, a few weeks back, Croissant and Mott's were in a very similar position in this lower bracket. So it's gonna be a real risky situation for both of them. There is a lot to prove. There's a lot on the line. Let's not forget, the higher you place in these tournaments throughout the season, the more points you're gonna earn. The more points you earn, the more likely you are to be invited into the season finale, to be invited to fight for that cash pool prize at the end of season 1. And both of these guys are going to be wanting that. They're going to be wanting the bragging rights. They're going to be wanting the momentum going into future matches. And they want to start this season as strong as they can. We're going to be looking at an Adam Smith versus a Harley. Very interesting choices. We've seen Adam Smith do a lot of damage, especially in the hands of well talented players.
Did you say Adam Smith?
Did I say Adam Smith?
You said Adam Smith. Man. It's
Did
like
I
you
say
said Adam
Adam
Smith.
I've been watching too much BWA. I've been watching way too much BWA recently. It's a Batman mask. Yeah, it's a Batman
It's the
mask.
Batman mask for sure.
I mean, we don't know who's under there. We don't know who it is.
Yeah. Who is it there? It's like,
Have you ever seen Adam Smith and Batman in the same room? Don't think so.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, sure have it. This is true. Starting off game 1 here, both players. It's interesting to see the switch up to Agent Smith. Definitely someone who is very strong when it comes to edge guarding in this game. So I am curious to see how Chris is going to utilize Agent Smith. As of right now, though, you're using some nice uppercuts, nice use of the dodge read, jab, which is definitely strong in this matchup. But it doesn't matter. Mots is coming back. He's not off stage yet. Misses the clone. Avoids getting edge guarded. Now there's a pep up on you. You don't get picked up. Oh, that's a move that we've seen Mots use too many times. That works so well. The counter nair from Mots to get Chris off stage. Very nice start to the matchup here. Follow up with a double uppercut. Now both players are tied up.
That is the kind of experience we expect at this level of play. Just effectively stock trading in these early points. Two very equally matched players. Looks like Chris Horn is going to try and set up that edge guard. A very nice grab there from the Agent Smith. Continuing to guard that edge as best they can. The clone does get a little bit of value, however it does allow for the bomb to also be set up, and now we're looking for Harley to maybe get that Mott special that we see time and time again. Agent Smith not able to hit on the dive there, and again Harley just keeping up the pressure with that hammer. Playing around the edges of the map. Mott's now looks for the elimination with the slugger, and they get it. 2-1 going 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, the amount of nairs that I've seen play out tonight on the side of Harley, it's not something that we see too often, especially Harley just flying across the map, doing things like this on the side of the map. It's not something that we're used to seeing too often. But man, when it works out so well, and you can't get mad at it. Immediately getting into the rematch, both players are like, "I'm not really trying to waste any time. My show is on. I got whatever it is that they got to do. They're in a rush. I respect it. Let's get right into the next match here." Monta's a pretty dominant win there. Saw some moments of brilliance on the side of Chris. I think Agent Smith, if you can effectively edge guard, effectively, you're going to have a good time. So we want to see more of that from the side of Agent Smith. But as of right now, more mallet to the face, couple jabs here and there, down spike, edge guard attempt, misses, not what you want to happen, because now you're getting mixed up by the great mods on Harley. Ground tech allows you to get out of it. Now you're getting edge guarded. Be careful, sir. These uppercuts coming back. Both players are just trading hits. I mean, we're talking about stock trading. I think as of right now, we're just punch trading at this moment, and this is nice. I mean, this is exactly what you want to see at this point in the tournament.
Mott's once again securing that very dominant edge, using that downward projectile, I don't believe they have the perk in which they get to aim their firearm, so just using the angles as best they can, just get a beautiful elimination against Agent Smith, getting a nice little lead going into this second round. Mott's maybe looking for that perfect semi-final sweep that we do occasionally see from players like them. Another very heavy hammer draws up a second elimination, not even 30 seconds after the last one. Very, very strong lead now. Sets up the bat bomb immediately. Could be looking for the third elimination just to end this one early. Trying to get that second point. Agent Smith does stay alive, however. Mott's coming back again with the hammer. Lands the bat bomb as well. And that might just be setting them up for defeat. And it does. And Mott takes the second point. One more round and Mott will be going all the way to the finals.
Sorry. Gotta pronounce you dead and buried.
Man, I just kept hearing fight back. This like during that last talk, like it just Mosh just had so much control and just knew exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. The setups, man. Mosh's setups are just insane. Like I don't know. I need that 5-year link so I can get some training. Apparently, so hit me up, mods. Like that's absolutely nuts, man. Now, it's looking like we're gonna get a little switch up here, going to the Shaggy, which is the character that Sean's been on for the majority of the night. So I don't know. Let's see if there's any specific. I don't really see this as a terrible matchup for Shaggy. I feel like both players want to be aggressive. They want to get in each other's faces. You just, again, you have the setups on the side of Moss that can really be a difference maker here. So let's see how this turns out.
Yeah, absolutely. Shaggy versus Harley is a common matchup we see. Very popular characters at the current state of MultiVersus. Does look like Harley might be trying to set up that afterburn. Doesn't quite get the ignite off just yet. But Shaggy isn't able to use the wings to full advantage there. Does, however, break through Mott's combo. Mott could be looking, as we said, for that semi-final sweep. Does use all of their stamina, potentially opening up a window for Shaggy to get in and cause some damage. But Mott isn't going to allow it to happen. Does get the ignite. Afterburn damage is going to take effect. And now Shaggy has used up all their stamina. They're going to be staggered, and that's going to be the window Mott needs to take this first stock. 6 minutes left on the clock. Shaggy takes a little bit of damage there from a very well placed Jack in the Box as well. Another ignite proc is going to take place. Continuing to see that afterburn damage just slowly go up and up, tick by tick. Does get the uppercut in, but the bat bomb was planted. A fairly even trade. Shaggy does get the stock back on Harley now, but looks like 54. There it is to a fresh spawn. Very dangerous for both these guys, but the bat bomb, no value on that one this time.
Not this time, but it will come back next time, I'm sure. we have to state that in this matchup,
Make your head feel.
there's been really good use of specifically burnout on the side of bots, like knowing when a player is in burnout and just taking full advantage of it, which is why the lead here seems to be in favor of just at this moment. Now 62-0, Mott's up one stock here. At this point, just play smart MultiVersus. You don't need to do anything too egregious. Play your game. Play your game, be as wise as you possibly can. Don't catch a Shaggy jab, because at this rate, you're going to be going off from that just like that, sir. So now it's 11-0. All right, so again, at this rate, we're looking at either going to game 4 or we're moving on to lower bracket finals. So this is this is it at this point. You know, Mats has had, again, solid control, using the bat bomb masterfully during the series. Nice on the side of Krishan to actually dodge out of the explosion there. That could have definitely been detrimental if otherwise. At this moment, though, lead is in favor of Chris. If he's able to get another uppercut, he could end it. Super kick misses, but the Sayer is able to close it out. So now we're moving on to game 4.
This could be the beginning of a comeback for Chris Horn. A very, very, very nice comeback indeed. Looks like we're going to be sticking to Sky Arena as well. That was a beautiful demonstration of the knee there from Shaggy. Perfect positioning. Both these guys playing each other's stamina almost to the max. Like you said earlier, just the constant burnout procs on both of these guys is honestly just creating so many windows of opportunity for them to come in and land those massive blows that this still could very much go on the side of Mott's, but Chris Horn is creating more and more windows of opportunity to steal away that finals position. Mott's does secure themselves on the ledge very early on, trying to wait out those wings as best as they can. Doesn't get any value from the bat bomb. Chris Horn is getting better and better at avoiding that bat bomb damage the longer this series goes on, as well as avoiding those stacks of Ignite, not allowing the Afterburn to start proccing either. And now it does appear to be slightly in the favor of Shaggy, but Harley answers back with a combo of their own, and once again the back and forth is insane.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say that I'm surprised at all to see this happening in such a fashion. Both players are very aggressive, and now we have the first stop going on the side of Krishan here. So, you know, like I said before, once you get over the 80 to 85 and you catch one jab from Shaggy, you can pretty much put your controller down. It's pretty much over at that point. So it's something you have to be really mindful of as you're into those upper levels. Now, at this moment, Miles was able to return the favor, get the stock. 70-0, not the worst. You can definitely come back here using the side special, which they definitely buffed recently to kind of get back in the match and start to let it come. It doesn't matter though, because you know. What do I know? You know, Chris Able just go. We're just gonna counter and hit you with an uppercut. So now you're off stage now. So 2-1. Moz is gonna have to find some way to get back in this match and make a comeback.
Chris Horn continuing to keep the momentum. We're at a very even point at heat levels, but with that stock difference, the favor is definitely on Shaggy's side. He activates his wings to try and give himself that slight floatiness to give himself better positioning. The super kick is going to land him directly in the bomb. On this occasion, however, 93 to 67. Harley trying to get that elimination, but Shaggy just not letting her back onto stage, not allowing the reset that she needs to try and keep this one alive. Does finally get her feet back on the ground, gets the elimination as well. And we've seen Mott's get very early kills at these next to nothing heat levels. But is Chris Horn going to be able to play carefully enough and safely enough, keep those defenses high in order to stay alive and take us to that 5th and final round? Or is Mott's going to be able to steal this It could be over in a matter of moments. Croissant looking for those blows, but Mott's just dancing around the edges constantly. Again, not able to land the uppercut, but the downward spike is going to take us to the 5th round.
Oh, wow. That is a turn of events there, ladies and gentlemen. This just got interesting. I mean, I did not expect that to work out that way, but Kershaw just not ready to call it quits here. Not ready at all. All right, both players have really been going crazy with each other. I mean, are we gonna see the reverse sweep here?
It's not out of the question.
No, it definitely isn't. It definitely isn't. Now, game 5. This is it. Winner moves on to take on Eris in the next round here. Mott starting off with some nice combos here. Bat bomb is attached. Both players playing a very risky, but no early stop play just yet. Nice use of the Jack in the Box here. The bat bomb. Can you stick it? Nope, not quite. But currently, Shaggy is burning a little bit. That ignite did proc, so well done to get that extra bit of damage off. Bat bomb coming out again. Misses the dash attack. You go over there. You got the bat bomb on you. You're gonna go home. We're gonna see you later, brother. Very well done. And then, of course, the uppercut comes back to make this a 1-1 matchup. Both players really want this bad. You can tell they are not wasting any energy, using as many inputs as they can to get some combos going.
Holly with a beautiful combo there, a very nice slide, doesn't quite get the read on Shaggy's positioning there, but able to stay underneath him and try and get as many of those heavy hitting slugger blows as possible. Shaggy does answer back though with that knee, although it's in a very dangerous position now, officially 100 heat, gets the uppercut, does not dodge out of the bat bomb, and Harley is able to follow up with the elimination. Looks like Shaggy's immunity frames did save him on that one, kind of went in a little early, did Mott's for the combo. Now Shaggy's just going to play it safe, secure the elimination, and they have every chance of going through to the final. There's the burnout on Harley once again, and Shaggy now trying to use that window of opportunity to get in. Very nice use of the jackpot to stay alive, but Shaggy is able to get that elimination, and we're down to our final stock.
This is it. Final stock. 47 to 26. Both players knowing that they have to play the best MultiVersus of their life in this very moment here. There's an ignite that's almost procced onto Shaggy. It looks like the full burn. No, he's ignited now, so he's taking extra damage while Smots is doing his thing, and he made quick work of Shaggy in this case. Wow. Mods showed up in the last stock. Did what you had to do. Congrats to you, sir. Moving on.
That is why Mott has the reputation that he does. A beautiful showing there. Very well done to Croissant for, keeping alive as long as they could. But unfortunately, when you come up against a brick wall like Mott's, it is just sometimes a case of trying to match that aggression that Mott shows. They weren't able to do it this time, but a very beautiful showing. And we are going to be going on to our lower finals match, which is going to be the run back of Mott's and Eris.
This is gonna be a good one. This matchup, in the winners bracket, worked out in favor of Eris to taking the series 3-1. Powerpuff Girls into Harley. The way that Mats is currently playing, the setups, the aggression, I definitely can't say that we're going to see a repeat of the first series. Not confidently. I think that if you are Mats, you're definitely talking to yourself right now. Like, it's time to get focused. It's time to strap up. You really have to be on your game, because those air combos on the side of Powerpuff Girls are no joke. They hurt, and they get you off stage quick. It's almost feeling like early Iron Giant, side stage combos on the side of the Powerpuff Girls. So yeah, man, this is gonna be a fun one to watch.
We always like to see a run back. We always like to see sort of if the outcome can be changed at all. And of course, you know, Mott's is going to be feeling good. They have a second opportunity to right the wrong from earlier tonight. They have a second opportunity now to prove that they are the better player. Eris has a bit of confidence about them. They've beaten Mott's before already. They know what they have to do. So really, you know, again, we're always talking about those mind games when it comes to MultiVersus, but it, it it's a true factor. You know, there is that little bit of ego that comes in, and that can sway the outcome of a match. And ego's a great thing to have sometimes, and it can really sort of back up the skill you've got. The one thing I think that Eris does have in his favor is that we are still playing with a relatively new character, so Mott's might still, you know, be developing that muscle memory of going up against a Powerpuff Girl, whereas Eris knows how a Harley plays, has the experience to counter those moves,
don't have an
has
assistant
the
yet,
ability to avoid
but I
those
guess you'll do.
combos, has the muscle memory that might carry them through.
If I'm not mistaken, Eris was a Harley main early in this game, so yeah, definitely should feel comfortable playing into a Harley, knowing what's annoying, knowing what attacks to stay away from. So getting started here, but aggression, of course, is exactly what we expect coming out of both players. You know, I say it before, I'll say it again. You kind of want to play safe, you know, off the side of the stage against the, you know, the Powerpuff Girls, just because of those combo chains. But Mott's is no stranger to early stocks off the side. So it's kind of one of those things where, you know, we're just gonna have to see who gets the upper hand in these exchanges. In any case, 51-61, both players pretty close to each other. Mott's trying to keep Eris off the ground, get a nice vertical stock here, but not working out. Now some more exchanges. Ooh, uppercut just barely missing. Would have definitely been the first stock on the side of Eris here. That bomb has been attached. Follow up from Mods, able to get the first stock, and that's exactly what we expected.
Now, absolutely, that's what we want to see from Mott, is that constant pressure applied to Eris here. Mott's at 102 with Eris on the fresh spawn, and we need to remember that Powerpuff Girls does have that very large hitbox, does get the elimination, does Eris evening up the stocks. We are now basically at 0-0, 0-9 there in Mott's favor. But of course, yeah, the Powerpuff Girls having that massive hitbox, a very easy target to hit, a very easy target, especially with those hammer strikes and those slugger strikes that Harley uses a lot of the time. They're going to be very easy for Mott's to land and try and get the most out of. Although we are seeing this uppercut cycle, and there is a second elimination, and Eris has swept the momentum from underneath Mott's feet, and now could very easily run away with it. Mott's just dodges out of the combo and survives once again.
It's so tough. That up special into the air dash attack is just so tough to get out of. The certain stage is pretty much over, and also when you catch a bad bomb to the face at a certain stage, it's also over as well. So both players now sitting at 2-2. It's very even at this point. 40-37, just like this. Sayer coming out of Mott's, another attack. Sayer into the bomb, just mixing up the combos, not letting you breathe at all. This is exactly what Mott's wants. Got the bat bomb stuck to himself, wants to use that self-detonation but can't quite pull it off. Both players having to play a little bit careful. The mallet in the first game goes to Mott's. Okay, so now this is getting spicy. I like the direction that this is going in. My assumption, something that I'd like to see, is the adjustment that Eris makes for game 2. Maybe take this series to 1-1. It'd be nice to see this get really, really intense and stressful for the players. You know.
Oh, it could very easily go that way, but also we could be looking at Mott's getting that 3-0 sweep. We've seen them do it time and time again. Going over the Trophy's Edge on round 2 here. You know, I'm going to mention it. Those floating platforms could factor very much into Mott's plays here. They can run interference for the bat bomb. They can allow for the Powerpuff Girls to extend those aerial combos that extra little bit that really does become a risk when going against someone like Ares who makes full use of their aerial perks. Mott's now basically just trying to stay alive here, dancing around the edge of the stage, is able to survive the onslaught from Ares, but they are not allowing Mott's to have a moment's reprieve. 88 to 79, already 40 seconds in, very close to losing that first stock on both cases. It is going to be Mott's that takes the L on this occasion as Ares takes that first point, 6 minutes 8 seconds on the clock.
Very interesting that Ares decided not to allow Mott's to breathe at all in that first that first time around. He said, "You, sir, shall not breathe." And as a result, was able to prevent Mott's from getting any setups, which is why they're able to, get that first stock. So it seems like that maybe that's the game plan, and you just have to continue to do that as Mott's is able to get their own first stock here. Both players now, I mean, we're seeing a pretty decent lead, but this is only 30 and some change, 34 difference here. So this can change really quickly. Both players trying their best to make some sort of attack connect. The Nair on the side of hello. The Nair on the side of Ares has really been useful in this situation. Catches the Dare off stage. Such a powerful spike coming from the Powerpuff Girls. That move is so strong and it hits so hard.
No, absolutely, you're right on that one, and it's a very risky position that Mott's finds themselves in currently, dancing around the edge of that stage, trying not to give that third and final stock. Does stay alive, which looks like a baseball hit from here. A very, very nice tactic as they once again, Ares continues with that aerial bombardment on Harley, slowly pushing them close to the edge, but we see the rebound off the side. Ares is able to capitalize off the positioning though, and does survive, getting a point on their side of the field. It's going to be one apiece going into round 3.
Very nice. I mean, the adjustments were made. There was a lot of use of the Nair into the air dash attack, which is a very good way to interrupt your opponent's follow-ups, combos, things of that nature. So very nice on the side of Ares getting back into this match. Again, early on, did not let Mott's breathe. Didn't allow Mott's to do any setups, nothing cute. You're just gonna fly off the map. Anytime that Mott had a chance to get some sort of control, it was immediately shut down. So maybe that's just the play. You smother Mott's, don't let Mott do what Mott's wants to do, and now the series can work in your favor.
Sure am a long way from Arkham.
Going into this third round now, going into Sky Arena, a very popular map amongst these high level players. Immediately sticks Powerpuff Girls with the Bat Bomb and gets the Ignite as well. We're going to see those ticks of Artaburn slowly building up once again. Mott's has momentum on their side, 77 damage already done to Ares. A very, it's not something you see very often. Ares taking this amount of damage and not really having an answer back for it. Are we finally going to see the beginning of those aerial combos? Are we going to see that complete pressure application that Ares has had throughout the majority of the night? Mott's is able to fight out of it, it seems, but Ares desperately trying to get underneath Harley here, trying to get in a position to get those knockback attacks going. It does appear as though it's not going to work out in their favor. Mott's trying to use projectiles to create a little bit of space, knows the risk of being up close and personal with the Powerpuff Girls. They avoid the Bat Bomb, but puts them in a beautiful position for an elimination on Mott's end. Mott's takes the early lead on this one.
Yeah, interesting. They played it pretty passive there, but they were able to get their stock back with their own uppercut, so it's okay at this point. 1-1, both players tied up. The nice Mott special almost coming out here, but that's okay. Ares is going to follow with his own combo. Not able to finish it off, though. Both players back on stage after some nice risky play. Bat Bomb connected to Papa. Doesn't matter. The Nair finishes off. before Mats even had I'm sure Mats was probably spamming that neutral specialty to get that explosion, but just didn't have the the frame to do it. So it's pretty unfortunate. At this rate, though, Mats is trying to continue to get some control. A nice charged up there does a little bit of damage, not too much. Bat bomb might go off. Nope, it doesn't get the explosion. Now you're just getting interrupted by power up combo. Nair, air dash, Nair again to take the third stock. Very well done indeed. Very well done indeed. That is that what you were expecting to happen in this matchup, CJ?
It was certainly a possibility. It was certainly a possibility. We know that in these sort of late stages, you kind of you gotta pull every trick out of the bag. You gotta use every tool in your toolkit, and that's what Ares has done. And it was a very, very nice read, I think, and a very good use of positioning there. Ares taking that second point as we go into
Somebody
round
call for a
4,
shrink?
going into Trophy's Edge. I almost forgot how to count. That's how tired I'm getting now. But we are going to keep the momentum going as Ares almost immediately goes for another elimination as they pull it off. We are 10 seconds in, and Ares is a point up on the board.
Nah, the disrespect is crazy. For you to get the first stock and then just chill there on the side like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm over here. Nah, that's crazy. You gotta see me, Playboy. You got to see me. But Mats is trying to do his best to get back in this matchup as best as possible. 59, almost got the easy out. Misses the near follow-up. Nice follow-up with the Louisville Slugger, though. Nice combo here. Nice little jump. Okay. Just like that, that elimination, it doesn't matter at this point. Mats is back in this. 8 to 19, 11 at this point. Both players are dead even. Nice combos coming from Ares here, trying to get you off the side of the map. Almost followed up with the dare from Harley. It would have been really nice, but the spike from Ares wants to get that early stock, but can't quite do it. Bat bomb can connect. The spike misses.
All around the mulberry.
I love seeing the bat pump go on get yourself planted on Harley, and you just see Ares run for the heels. He wants to make sure you don't get caught by that explosion.
Guess I'm a bad doctor.
Now, look, Ares using those floating platforms, a little bit of a protection from the projectiles coming in from Harley, gets a beautiful elimination there as well. Pace is at 110 miles an hour. That bomb doesn't get a lot of value there, but we are seeing the stacks of Ignite slowly build up on Ares at 117. Could be taken out at any minute. Just one slugger blow from the Louisville is going to do it. But Ares potentially was looking for that aerial combo again. Mott's was able to answer for it, however, get the elimination set up and ready to go. But they are in a very dangerous position. 71 heat on their damage levels currently. Could be taken out at any moment. And there is the uppercut. And Ares, once again, taking out Mott's 2-0 tonight now. And Ares is going to have one more chance against Fat Pack in our grand finals round.
Called it. Called it. Ares is like, nah. You got me once. Run it back. Run it back. Well done, Mats. Mats is, I'd have to say, played some of the most impressive multiverses that I've seen today, if not the most impressive. Like some of those setups were just, it's got me wanting to get in the lab after this. You know what I mean? When you see players, pull off moves at that level, and it gets you excited to get back in the game and start learning, start trying to lab as well. It's how you know you're watching some good stuff. So, again, I mean, it's a great play from Mats. Congrats to Ares. You're moving on, and now we're in the grand finals. Fat Pack versus Ares, the rematch. Oh, we're getting straight to it. We're not wasting any time. I like this.
Right into it. It's a best of 5 bout. Fat Pack does have advantage, so if he wins this best of 5, he will immediately go as our first season champion. If Eris is able to win the best of 5. It effectively resets the series, so needs to win a second best of 5. But also, on top of that, would take out any progress that Fat Pack has made towards winning. So it could be an endurance run. It could be over in a flash. It's Shaggy versus Powerpuff Girls once again.
I bet Mojo
Looks like a
Jojo is like
looks like a little bit of patience here. Waiting for it, getting ready to go.
Do your dance, do your dance.
There is the opening. I think they were just getting a little bit of admin sorted looking at the website, but they are good to go. A fairly even opening so far from both of these competitors. Obviously, Fat Pack has had time to rest, has had time to recuperate and strategize, but on top of that, Eris has been keeping warm and has the muscle memory from the last couple of matches in order to try and take down this Shaggy. Goes for that aerial combo, goes for a little bit of a juggle as well, pulls them in, could be seeing an early elimination, however misses the juggle, and Shaggy answers with a double axe handle and gets the first elimination, also gets the supercharge ready to go. Doesn't land the super uppercut, unfortunately, but is absolutely there to get a nice bit of damage in, trying to get as much insurance before they potentially lose their first stock at around 5 minutes 40 on the clock. 1-0 to Fat Pack.
Fat Pack showing how fat that pack is. 103 heat. I like that term, by the way. Currently, and almost, oh, whoa, okay. I wasn't sure that I was actually going to end it, but that actually got him off stage. So now we're looking at 1-1, 79-0 in favor of Fat Pack. Nice uppercut. Jab, uppercut. I mean, like I said, once you get past that 85 on a light character like the Powerpuff Girls, it's pretty much see you later, sayonara. So something you definitely want to try your best to avoid at that stage. In the meantime, though, nice nice dares from Eris here, coming in here, trying to just keep Fat Pack from getting comfortable at all. The follow-up combos, though, from Fat Pack are absolutely insane here. Now we're getting into another little side fight, dash attack into the nair, misses Sarah. Fat Pack's just not scared. He is ready and wants all the smoke, CJ.
And he is gonna bloody get it. 102 to 116. There is the second stock from Eris, but they're in a very dangerous position. 116 heat. It could be over. All Shaggy has to do is land one move, and there it is. First point does go to Fat Pack. That could have gone either way, but that does show the incredible high risk play that a lot of people at this caliber of talent are willing to go through, playing around those edges, playing around the edge of the map, playing around in the sky as much as they do, being able to be eliminated from any angle, any moment. Incredibly dangerous, incredibly risky, but incredibly entertaining to watch.
Indeed, man. Fat Pack made some really solid plays in that first match that helped him to kind of solidify that. So going into game 2 now, we can assume we're going to see a little bit more of the same for both players here. But right now, it's just the Joey Daddies coming out of the side of Fat Pack. Jeez Louise, those hands do work. Nice Sarah off the side, 100 to 34, and we uppercut that guaranteed stock here. Fat Pack now on Super Saiyan mode, trying to hit a super kick. Does a little shockwave, doesn't really do much though. It's okay, nonetheless. 37-22 in favor of Fat Pack. Both players just kind of sizing each other up here. Nice combo started, but it doesn't get any sort of continuation here. Fat Pack and Eris trying their best to get something started. Good dodge read on the side of Fat Pack, now up 56-73. And again, Fat Pack having full control of this matchup. This is looking pretty scary unless you're able to get some sort of off-stage combo, which is pretty much Eris' saving grace.
that is what we need to see if they want to break through the defenses of Fat Pack, where they're absolutely on point dodging, but they do get that second stock. 5 minutes 36, and Fat Pack could be looking at their second point on the board. We could be looking at a potential clean sweep this game if they're able to avoid losing a single stock. But we very, very close on the aerial combo there, but again the finishing blow doesn't land. They do get the uppercut with Buttercut as well, which does make a difference, but Fatback still able to stay alive, slowly breaking down the Powerpuff Girls, gets them to 88-93. They do finally get that stock elimination. They do finally get a stop back, but they're gonna have to play damn near perfect MultiVersus if they want to get this point. They're unable to, and the second point does go to Fat Pack as well. We could be looking at a 3-0 sweep in our grand finals.
Man, Fat Pack is doing what we've seen Fat Pack do time and time again. Just dominate. I mean, listen, in their first series, it was a 3-0, but we definitely saw Aris doing their part to also show I belong here, right? Aris won last week's tournament, so there's no question that Aris belongs here, right? So even though it was a 3-0, we were like, yeah, you know, I mean, Aris was pretty much in it the whole time.
Prepare yourself.
That last match, that was pretty convincing. Like, wow, you know. So we're getting into game 3. You have to wonder, has Aris lost full? Like you mentioned before, CJ coming out of the lower bracket. I mean, probably not tired. I mean, Aris had some good time to rest, you know, waiting for the matchup in losers final. So you can't really say that fatigue might be, you know, at play here. But it's looking pretty one-sided.
It's definitely looking one-sided going into this, but we don't want to undermine the skill that Aris has. They've earned their place here for a reason, and we're seeing that aerial combo. They're looking for that aggression, they're looking for that opening, yet to take a hit so far this game. Definitely trying to make up for lost ground, and they get a perfect flawless elimination on the Shaggy, and now Archery back with another combo. Fat Pack could be in for a world of trouble. Are they gonna get a second one? Not quite. And finally Fat Pack is able to land a hit on them. Not gonna let them get 2 flawless ones, but Eric gets another elimination off the bat, and momentum has almost immediately switched up, and now Aris is looking at the favorite to win round 3.
No way the switch up in this game was night. And was Aris listening to me talk in between matches? Did they turn up the stream and go, oh, it's like that? Got you. Let me lock in one time. Like, this is the 0 to 100 combo. You gotta stop, brother. Like, geez, that was so insane. And then as of right now, we're seeing a little bit more of the same. Aris is only at 54 heat. Only at 54. This entire no. Listen. Okay. All right, Fat Pack. Trying to pull the Super Saiyan move, but you catch an uppercut from Buttercup, and it's pretty much over. Damn.
And that is what I call gameplay.
Damn. Aris was definitely listening to the stream between matches. I should probably shut up. I should just stop talking, you know.
I thought you were a caster, not a coach.
True. And you know what? It's not necessarily. Yeah, I'm not gonna even say it. That was just really impressive. That was just really impressive on the side of Aris. So now, how is Fat Pack gonna answer back? I mean, as of right now, both players gonna do their best to try to get something established here, but they're playing a little bit safe. Nice dash attack coming out of Fat Pack. Trying to follow up, but can't. Nair dash attack. Trying to follow off stage, but can't quite connect. Dash attack here.
This is the other thing, is now you've capitalized on the momentum, but you have to be able to hold it, because now Fat Pack is going to be going through the same thing that Aris did. Okay, Aris is not playing around anymore, so You know, Fat Pack's going to be considering every movement. There's going to be a lot more thought going into every decision. And we're already seeing that. We're no longer going to be having a flawless stock. Fat Pack's making sure that they land their blows. They're slow, they're methodical, and they are patient with their combos. But Ares is able to capitalize on that and get to stock immediately. 6 minutes on the clock.
Indeed, yeah, no, you're very right. You can definitely see some more passive play come out of Fatback. If you're going to get some great combos, you're going to have to earn it, and it's something that currently he's making Ares earn. Both players sitting at 1 stock here. Fatback needs 2 more stocks to end this tournament for this week and get the chance to just turn the game off, go to bed. Otherwise, we could take this to a second round best of 5 matches. Both players again playing very passive, not getting too aggressive here. Ares wants to connect that down tilt to start that combo with an air, and the second that happens, you're going left or right. It's gonna be trouble.
And it does look like trouble is on the menu. We almost saw there another aerial elimination from the Powerpuff Girls. Shaggy, though, staying very close to the ground, and I think we are seeing this. You know, playing, as you said, playing a lot more careful. However, the manipulation for the Powerpuff Girls able to get underneath him and cause that uppercut, gets that elimination, and now momentum is almost switched again onto Ares' side, looking to try and get that 4th round, trying to stay in this series as best as they can. Fat Pack now placing himself methodically to try and get blows on the separated team here, trying to get those small openings. Looks like, though, he may have played a little too close to the sun, and they look for that elimination again, and there it is. They land it. We're going around 5. Could we be going to championship advantage activating? Could we be going to the full reset on the series?
Oh, we could potentially be going to a reset the way things are looking at this moment. Ares is not playing around. I mean, they're playing a game, but Ares ain't playing a game, if that makes sense. So, yeah, you get the point. Game 5 of this first best of 5. This is it. This is either, like you said, reset or we're done. So both players, as of right now, starting pretty standard. Nothing too crazy happening. Nair coming out of the side of Fat Pack. Both players have a really strong Nair as well. They're both used to just interrupt combos. We got a Sarah on the side of Fat Pack, which almost took Ares off stage, but not quite. Might want to be looking for the dare here, but is not willing to take the risk. See, this is very smart. Fat Pack knows it. Listen, if I get knocked off the side, this could very well be an instant stock. So he's trying to stay on the platform, do what Shaggy does really well, which is just jab combo into uppercut. Almost caught the uppercut there, but not quite. 104.67. This stock could go in anyone's favor at any time.
Ares playing very close to the edge there. Both of these guys incredibly high heat levels. Ares does take the first stock, trying now to play a little bit safe, knowing that Shaggy could immediately stock trade here. They see the opening. I think Shaggy might have been looking for that double axe handle to try and get that elimination. He does whip it on both occasions, and now Ares has immediately been able to get 53 damage on to Fat Pack. That is a huge amount this early on, whilst they're still holding on to 104 heat. Ares could be looking to get that reset. Fat Pack does get the elimination. They do get the supercharge, but the damage has already been done. Ares now looking for that second stock, looking to solidify their lead in this 5th and final round of the series. They don't quite get it, and Shaggy playing it very carefully with that supercharge. That supercharge technique on the edge of the map is very risky to play when you're going up against the Powerpuff Girls, who specialize in aerial combat and are more than willing to chase you to the edge of the map if it means they can. Shaggy does get the second stock though. He does switch up momentum on his side. Eris is evened it up. We're on the final stock in the final round at 0-0.
It's 0-0. Next stock takes it. Both players know exactly what's on the line. They know what they need to do. They know they both need to clutch up. But again, we're going to have to figure out who is going to be able to get the advantage here. Eris getting those offstage combos, exactly what Eris wants. Fatpack knows to stay on stage, but right now doesn't really have a chance. Manages to get back on and is trying to get some jab combo started. Here we go. This is it. Nice dodge read, but not able to finish it up. The combo started from Powerpuff Girls. This is exactly what Eris wants. Oh, that uppercut would have ended it. Both players, be careful. CJ, I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do. I don't want to make a call because it could literally end at any moment. 102 to 91. There it is. Fatpack from the brink of death, from the edge of dismay, has been able to secure their win after 5 rounds. The risk of reset, everything on the line. Fatpack is our Season 1 champion. Our first Season 1 champion. They're going to get themselves a $50 cash prize. They're going to get themselves a big old load of points towards the Invitational. And Fatpack has put on an incredible display to do so. Very well done to Eris. I think both of us thought for a moment that we would get in the reset. That uppercut was pixels away from hitting. It just wasn't enough though, and Fatpack starts Season 1 with a commanding statement and a dominating lead.
Let me say, man, if that matchup right there happened at a live tournament, the place would be going crazy. I mean, you wouldn't have been able to hear the casters. People would have been losing it to see it come down to that moment right there. Like, it's that uppercut from the Powerpuff Girls was just so close, but it didn't hit. Well done to both players. Both previous champions. Fatpack is this week's champion as well. Congratulations.
Very, very well done, and a very explosive opening to Crack Media's MultiVersus Singles Season 1. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, over the next few weeks, you can enter these tournaments and start building up your point values so you can try and get to the season finale invitational we'll be hosting at the end of Season 1 a couple of months down the line, where we will have a much bigger prize pool where you can have your chance of winning a decent amount of cash and the bragging rights as well. Let's be honest, it's the bragging rights. So we will be back next week. Make sure you hop into the Discord. The links will be flowing through the chat. Make sure you hop in so you can sign up for the tournament next week. Same day, same time, same channel, same game. That opening will be that will be open within a few hours. Once we've made sure that all the winnings have been handed out, and we've got all of the VODs and clips sorted. Go over to the YouTube channel if you want to see any of these matches again. Those will be uploaded across the course of the weekend. And last but absolutely not least, make sure to go over to crackmedia.com where you can see us and our fellow cracked creators in a myriad of content, from blog posts to podcasts to edited videos, all over the internet. And of course, big thank you to Juice for sitting here with me for the last few hours to watch some really entertaining matches.
Oh, it was terrible. Couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand it at all.
I have that effect on people. I'm sorry.
I appreciate you, man.
Absolutely beautiful. It'll be me and Quang back next week for episode 2 of Season 1. And of course, thank you to Catapult X for the wonderful graphics you see before you. And thank you to Justin as well for keeping this show flowing and keeping us awake whilst I am
Producer.
in the very early hours of the morning. I'm going to go crash out, but we will see you next week for more MultiVersus. Until then, make sure you're signing up. Make sure you're staying frosty. Take it easy, ladies and gentlemen. Stay safe.
Looking back, all the things I miss the most, it all comes into focus. You're not around.